In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was in the beginning with God. All things were made through him, and without him nothing was made that was made. In him was life, and the life was the light of men. And the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness did not comprehend it. There was a man sent from God, whose name was John. This man came for a witness, to bear witness of the light, that all through him might believe. He was not that light, but was sent to bear witness of that light. That was the true light, which gives light to every man coming into the world. He was in the world, and the world was made through him, and the world did not know him. He came to his own, and his own did not receive him. But as many as received him, to them he gave the right to become children of God, to those who believe in his name, who were born not of blood, nor of the will of the flesh, nor of the will of man, but of God.
What is going on, everybody? God bless you guys. We're back again with another live stream. It's been a minute since, I've been doing live streams. Last time's live stream was taken down. YouTube got us down. They took it down because Muslims were being little kids. Complaining about the live stream that we did last time, so YouTube decided to take it down, even though I emailed them, told them, you know what, there's nothing for you guys to even take down. What was the reason for you guys to take down? They responded with, well, because we received so many complaints, So you guys know how it is, it sucks, but what can we do, right? All right. How is everybody doing? How was you guys' Tuesday? You guys having a good day so far? YouTube is scared. Yep. That's right. YouTube is scared. YouTube is scared, man. Well, what can we do? Okay, give me 1 second, guys. We're going to go over the dismantle. I don't know what to say at this point. The death of Mohammed Hijab. I'm a little sick, by the way, guys, but, of Mimi Hijab. The dismantles what logic actually did to him, obliterated him, buried him, sent him to Mecca, where he kissed a black stone, smooch it and lick it. Avery cooked him, obliterated him. And he cashed him on many blunders as well as of him lying. And we're going to go over it, by the way. We're going to go over many things that has to do with the arguments that Mimi Hijab was bringing into the table. And he didn't know what he was talking about, by the way, guys. So, let me just do this real quick. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to go over one thing, then we'll go ahead and start. Okay. I don't know why, for some reason, I can't even see. I can see you guys comment, but it's not allowing me to tag them. Oh, I see why. Damn. Should I did this, but. Guys, make sure that you smash on the like button. Make sure that you're sharing the live stream. Don't forget to leave a comment after we close this live stream as well, guys, because that would help a lot with the algorithm. Okay. All right. All right, we got a super chat. Even though I won't be able to tag it, but you from your favorite your favorite Arab, with a $25 super chat, and he said, "Welcome back, brother. Salam al-Masih." Thank you, Salam al-Masih, to you as well, and to all other brothers and sisters that are watching. Yeah, this is so weird. I don't know why you guys' comments are not popping up on a thing. That's so weird. Anyway, so let me go ahead and do this. All right, we're gonna go review this debate, and after we're done reviewing the debate, I'm gonna be challenging all of the Dawah girls to come and defend their religion, or if they could come and debunk the Islamic dilemma, either or. So, okay, let me do this. Okay. Okay, let's do this. Right, there we go.
All right, thank you. So I'm going to argue that from the Quran standpoint, it points to the previous scriptures as being authoritative over the Quran, meaning it's the standard of truth over the Quran. Okay, and I'm going to use a few verses. We could deal with one at a time. Okay. One of my favorite verses to use would be chapter 10, verse 94. Yes. Okay, and so this is what it says. It says, "If you are in doubt," this is Allah speaking to Muhammad. "If you are in doubt about that which we have revealed to you, then go and ask those who have been reading the scripture before you."
Let me ask you this, Avery. Have you seen any of the exegetes on this? Because it says, if you're in doubt, I'm sure you're aware, I know you're not qualified, but you understand that a conditional, if is a conditional. In kunta fi shakkin, if you are in doubt, that's the Arabic wording.
In kunta fi shakkin. Look at Mimi Hijab saying, well, if he was ever in doubt. But wait a minute, was he ever in doubt? Well, yeah, he was actually in doubt, and I'll tell you why he was in doubt. Because according to Surah Zughruf 45, Tafsir al-Tabari, and Ibn Kathir says that Muhammad was commanded to go and ask the people of the book. Now, if he was not ever in doubt, what was the point of him being commanded to go and ask the people of the book, Mimi Hijab? Which one we will get to, obviously.
In kunta fi shakkin, if you were in doubt. If you look at the exegetes, they say he wasn't in doubt and he never asked. So it's irrelevant. Next one, please.
Okay.
You guys saw what he said, right? Mimi Hijab said that he was never in doubt. You sure that he was never in doubt, buddy? You sure? Are you 100% sure, brother? Alright, let's get to it then. Surah Zughruf 45. Let's see if Momo was ever in doubt or not, guys. What do you guys think? Was he? Alright. Give me 1 second. Let me go ahead and pull it up real quick. MashaAllah, brothers and sisters. We're going to have a lot of fun. There you go. This is Surah Al-Zughruf 45, guys. We go to Tafsir al-Tabari. We come all the way down. وَالْقَوْلُ فِي تَأْوِيلِ قَوْلِهِ تَعَالَى وَاسْأَلْ مِنْ أَرْسَلْنَا, and ask the ones that were before you, right? Which would be obviously the prophets, you know, that actually had the book, you know, the one that were reading the book, which would be the Torah and Injil. Why? Because here's what it says. فَقَالَ بَعْضَهُمُ الَّذِينَ آمَرَ بِمَسَائِلَتَهُمْ ذَلِكَ رَسُولَ اللَّهِ مُؤْمِنُوا أَهْلُ الْكِتَابَيْنِ التَّوْرَةِ وَالْإِنْجِيلِ. He was commanded to go and ask who? The people of the book. But wait a minute, Mimi Hijab, you just said that he was not in doubt and he was not commanded to do so. But then again, according to Surah Al-Zughruf 45, he was commanded to go and ask the people of the book. So he was in doubt. And to know the truth of the Quran is to go to the people of the book, which would be, you know, the Injil and the Torah. And if the Injil and the Torah says otherwise, then that means that the Quran is false, right? Based on what the ayahs is saying, based on the criteria that your prophet actually put in, or your Allah put in. So if this criteria that your Allah has actually put in, saying, you know what, Muhammad, you were commanded to go and ask the people of the book. Now, if the previous scriptures, right, goes otherwise than what the Quran is saying, right, then that means that the Quran is false because it's not aligned with the previous scriptures. MashaAllah, brothers and sisters. We just got started, by the way. We're going to have a lot of fun today. All right, let's continue.
Okay, so notice, since I'm unqualified, it's a shame I got to teach you the argument. I never argued
anything. I assure you, my friend. Like, there's no teaching going on here.
I got you, John. Just let me get it out.
Hold on.
I can't even get it out, ladies and gentlemen.
You said one at a time. 10
Yes, I'm trying to respond to what you said.
Mimi Hijab already on a panic mode, man. He's already interrupting, cutting logics off. He doesn't want to allow him to answer him, respond. He just wants to move on from the argument, and that's it. You know, bring the argument. I don't want you to answer. I'm going to respond, and that's it. We'll move on. This is what their tactic are, by the way.
Surah Yunus, chapter number 10, verse 94.
Can I respond to what you said?
Wait, well, are you interrupting me? Or?
Hijab, you cut me off, and now you're saying I'm interrupting.
No. We're dealing with one at a time here.
I know. So you made a statement about him not doubting. Let me respond to that.
If you are in any doubt, فَاسْأَلَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ, the ones who were given the book before. So okay. So no. So now the exegetes say this is rhetorical. If conditional, you're in doubt, then ask.
What's he supposed to do?
Then they say he never was in doubt because the prophet was never in doubt, and he never asked. He never asked in this capacity. That's it. Sure.
Unfortunately, he was actually in doubt. According to Surah Al-Zukhruf 45, Mimi Hijab. According to Tafsir al-Tabari, he was in doubt actually. Because your Allah is the one that commanded him to go and ask the people of the book.
Put that to the side.
Okay. No problem. So thank you. I appreciate that. That was a waste of time. That's not my argument. My argument isn't that Muhammad doubted. Notice you're cutting me off again. This is the second time. Notice, if you're not afraid of the argument, I'm unqualified. Remember, I'm unqualified.
Second verse, please.
All right, I'm unqualified, ladies and gentlemen.
Just so, ladies and gentlemen,
my argument is not that Muhammad was in doubt. My argument is not that Muhammad was in doubt. My argument is what Allah tells him to do if he does doubt. Now, just to get this under clarity, would you agree that doubt means to be uncertain of the truth?
Yeah. That's awesome. A good definition.
So if Muhammad, conditional, granted, that's what the verse says. If he's uncertain about the truth of the Quran, what is he told to do by Allah?
Ask the people who have been given the book before.
Awesome. Yeah. So if he goes and asks, if he's uncertain about the truth of what the Quran is saying, and he goes and asks those who've been reading the scripture before him, that's supposed to help him gain certainty of the truth if he sees that the Quran is in line with what they have, correct?
Okay.
Is that correct?
If you're in doubt, it says in kunta fi shakkin. If you're in doubt, I don't know why you're smoking and grinning.
I'm just having a good time, man.
Oh, man, hold on. I know why he's smoking and grinning because he's not used to being in class because he's never been in class.
Right.
He's not used to being in class. Oh, it looks like, mashallah, that you're giving us a lot of classes. You know, that has to do with Momo that was getting mounted, Mimi Hijab. Mashallah. You know what? I'll be the first student to even attend your class if you're going to teach about the Qawm al-Zat. Qawm al-Zat. Mashallah. Hey, that story was a cool story, man. That was a love story, just to let you guys know mine. Or if you want to tell us about, you know, the uncle of Muhammad mounted him. It's up to you, you know. All up to you.
There's nothing funny about this matter. This is
none of this is helping, buddy.
Look. This is. I know you're a buck-tooth apologist, and I know that you keep smirking and smiling. You think that this is going to get you somewhere. It's not going to get you anywhere with Mohammed Hijab.
I'm just having a good time.
You somewhere with a couple of other guys here and there.
Can you please get to the argument?
It's not going to get you anywhere with Mohammed Hijab because the fact is this. The fact is, conditionals have been even proposed in the Quran about Allah taking a son. If Allah wanted to take a son, He could have taken it. So the conditional here, for the buck-tooth apologist, you have failed to give us anything of substance at this point.
I'm just waiting on you to engage with what I said.
How is he going to give you the substance? And how is he going to be able to show his evidence if you haven't even given him the chance to do so, dummy? He just brought up an argument from, 1094. Then you cut him off. You responded to him. Then you said, let it go. Let's go. Let's move on. How are you going to how are you going to say that he's not bringing substance or anything when you're not even, allowing him to begin with? Make him make sense, Mimi Hijab.
You're presenting the strongest argument against Islam. So please, give us the strongest argument. Go on.
All right, awesome. Thank you. So all of that slander and all that doesn't work here, not with me. You're going to have to actually deal with the argument. So again, I'll ask the same question I just asked. You didn't answer the question. So here's the question again, Mohammed Hijab. So if Muhammad is uncertain about the truth of the Quran in this scenario, and then he's supposed to go ahead when he asks the people of the book, right, who read the scripture before him. Let me land it. I got you. So when he does that, if the Quran is in line with what they have, then he'll be certain of the truth about what the Quran is saying, right? If he doubts.
No. See, look, this is the problem, okay? The problem is when you haven't got a high school diploma and you try and use logical argumentation.
No engagement in the argument.
No. The fact is this: you don't know what you're talking about.
You don't know what you're talking about. You don't even have a high school diploma. I got 6 degrees, even though that I'm that special kind of stupid. You know, even though that I'm not allowing logic to respond. I'm just gonna throw these rhetorics and all of that, so I could get away with it. You know, the tactic of a Muslim. You know.
Nowhere does it say. Hold on. Nowhere does it say you've added an eisegesis. You've added your own superimposition.
I didn't add anything. I just read it.
Narrative onto the Quranic text. Nowhere does it say if the Quran is if you're in doubt, then go and then it can be corrected by the people. Where does it say that? Where does it say that? Is there hadith that says that I don't know about?
I'll show you again. So when it's
He's saying, show me where, Muhammad was actually in doubt. I just showed you where Muhammad was actually in doubt. According to Surah Al-Zaghraf 45. Tafsir al-Tabari, that he was commanded to go and ask the people of the book. And that would actually tell us and entail that Muhammad was in doubt to the point that he had to go and ask them.
Says that if you are in doubt, meaning what you already agreed to means to be uncertain of the truth of what the Quran is saying.
Okay.
What he can do to get certainty of the truth of what the Quran is saying is asking the people who read the scripture before him.
It doesn't say any of that. It says,
it doesn't? You can see that earlier.
No. Just read the verse as it is. فَاسْأَلَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ. Go and ask the people before you. That's it. That's all it says. But the question is, where's the argument here? So what? What's your argument? Is this meant to
Wow. Okay, so what? Well, let's find out. Does it really mess up Islam? Does it really show how Islam is false? Of course. And I'll tell you, wow. Because if Muhammad is in doubt, which he was in doubt, and the fact that he was in doubt, right? And he had to go and ask the people of the book. But then when he goes and asks the people of the book to make sure that his Quran that was revealed to him truly aligns with the previous scriptures and with the previous prophets, then he goes on and see that the Quran is not in line with the Injil and the Torah, then therefore that he can see and say that the Quran is false and the Quran is not from God. Why? Because it does not align with the previous prophets. And that shows and tells you, Mimi Hijab, that you're in a paganism religion. You're believing in a Quran that is false from the pit of hell. And you need to come to Christ. You need to believe in the Injil and the Torah as well, buddy.
Islam, I don't see any threat. Where's the argument?
I got you. So again, do you agree with the verse that in the scenario that Muhammad doubts what the Quran is saying, has uncertainty about what the Quran is saying, and he can get certainty? He can get certainty by asking the people who read the scripture before, correct?
Ask the people. That's what it says. Yes.
Say that again.
Ask the people. Yes. Ask the people is what the verse says. Go ahead.
Who've been doing what?
Say again.
Ask the people who what?
The ones who have been given the book.
There you go. So in asking these people who read the scripture before him, he can then get certainty of whatever he might have doubted, correct?
No, you've added that. See, look, you have to read the Quran. What?
It's what the verse says, Hijab.
No, it doesn't say that. It says فَاسْأَلَ الَّذِينَ أُوتُوا الْكِتَابَ مِنْ قَبْلِكَ. It doesn't say لِيَتَيَقَّنْ لِتَتَقَّتْ. What do you call it? So you can get certainty. It doesn't say any of what you're saying. The question.
Hijab, Mimi Hijab. Let's get to the verse. Because it looks like he wants to play the gymnastic. The verse does not say that, by the way, guys. 1094. Let's go. Let's read it in Arabic, since he knows the language of Allah, mashallah, even though that he's illiterate like his prophet. But it's fine. We'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's read it. فَإِن كُنْتَ فِي شَكٍّ. Wait a minute. Allah is commanding and he's telling Muhammad, if you are ever in doubt, about what? About what? مِمَّا أَنزَلْنَا إِلَيْكَ. What was revealed to you? What was revealed to him? Obviously, it's that Quran. The actual Quran that was revealed to Muhammad. فَاسْأَلْ and ask الَّذِينَ يَقْرَؤُونَ الْكِتَابِ. The ones that read the scripture, the Injil and the Torah before you. Go and ask them, because they know what the Injil and the Torah says. They know about the preserved books, to make sure that your Quran is the one that you have between your hand, truly aligns with the previous prophets. But now if it does not align with the previous prophets, then that means that you have a good reason to say, you know what, that I'm following paganism, that the Quran is false, it's from the pit of hell, and now I gotta go and join Christianity. I gotta go and accept Christ, right? Mimi Hijab? You see how it's easy to use logic? But I'm sorry, I mean, Ibn Taymiyyah says, okay, whoever that uses, okay, logic, he's a zandiq. I mean, he's right, don't get me wrong. You know, Muslims can use logic.
That's your argument. I'm still finding, I'm trying to find your argument.
What's the argument's there?
Yeah.
You are, okay, Hijab, let me ask you this. Why is Allah, what is this supposed to do for Muhammad? If he's uncertain about what the Quran is saying, by going to the people who read the scripture before him, what does that do for him in this situation? How does that help?
If this is your argument, is your argument the following? Let's just be clear about this. Is your argument?
I asked a straightforward question, brother.
No. Is your argument that you believe that the Quran affirms the Torah and the Injil, the Bible that you have in your hands?
That's not my argument right now. My argument, I said it in the beginning. I said that according to the Quran, the previous scriptures are the authority, are the standard of truth over the Quran. And here's my verse to prove it.
Who said
that again?
Who said that? Where does it say
I said that. This is my argument.
Okay, so where does it say that in the Quran?
I'm showing you. So again, with 1094, watch this. I'm showing you. You got to engage though. In 1094, it tells Muhammad if he is uncertain about what the Quran is saying, how he can gain certainty.
It doesn't say that.
Okay, so then help me out. Why is he saying?
It doesn't say go and gain certainty. It says just go and ask them.
Pardon? Hijab is talking about his doubts.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, but what I'm saying to you is the exegetes have already explained that he never had that doubt and he never asked, so it's irrelevant. Simple.
I get the same type of rhetoric.
Have you got any other arguments? Because this is getting boring for them.
No, saying that is getting boring because you can't even deal with the argument.
This is an extremely boring argument.
Okay, if it's so boring, you should be able to knock it out the park.
What are you trying to say? Are you trying to say that the Bible, according to us, is preserved? Is that
what I'm saying? Is I'll say it again very clearly.
You believe that we believe the Bible is preserved? Yes or no?
I got you.
You believe that we believe the Bible is preserved?
That's right. Yes, it's preserved. And even your own scholars, the consensus of your own scholars, which would be the first best 3 generations, Al-Khalaf 1, As-Salaf. As-Salaf 1, Al-Khalaf says actually that Injil and the Torah has been preserved. And they are preserved books of Allah that cannot be corrupted at all. Mimi Hijab?
I got you. This will be my 3rd time saying very clearly what I'm
asking you the question. Do you believe that we believe the Bible is preserved? Yes,
I know you don't believe that. I know you don't believe that. Right, what my point is, Hijab, is that your beliefs go against Islam. That's my point.
Say again? What's the point?
Your beliefs go against the Quran. The Quran.
Do you know what I could have done over here? The only thing that I kind of wanted to, if I was in this situation, I mean, at this point only, obviously logic obliterated him, buried him. The only thing that I would have done in this, I would have said, yes, your own scholars, actually, consensus of your own scholars, which would be the first best 3 generations, right? Like the companions and the student of the companions actually says otherwise. They say that the books are preserved, the Injil and the Torah. You wanna challenge me on it? And this is when I'm gonna be pressing him so hard, and I will be obliterating him.
Here, and I'll be very clear to my point. The point that I'm proving, and I want you to focus on, is that the Quran points to the previous scriptures as being the standard of truth. If you're disagreeing with that, I need you to break this verse down for me and show me how I'm wrong.
Okay, yes. We believe in the previous scriptures. Muslims believe in the previous scriptures. Muslims also believe that the scriptures that are in our hands today from the Jews and the Christians are corrupted. These 2 things we believe at the same time. We believe that there was original scriptures that then got corrupted. Do you understand this point or not?
Trust me, I know your position. I know.
Okay, so if you understand this position, what's the point here? Because if you believe that we believe that it's corrupted, then you understand that there are aspects of the Bible now that you have in your hands which could have their remnants back in Torah and Injil, that they go back to the actual Torah and Injil, and aspects of the Bible which don't. For example, the aspects that talk about Lot having sex with his daughters, or the aspects that talk about, for example, Noah having the 3 sons and seeing them in his nakedness, and all these aspects or that Aaron committed shirk and polytheism, or that Jesus commanded according to 31:18 to this, that, and the other, take the young girls for yourself. All of these things are corrections the Quran came to correct, you see. So as I said to you before, the corrupt Bible that we have today, which there are different versions of. There's a New International Version, there's a Revised Standard Version, there's the King James Version, there's whatever version, different canons, 66 books up.
What are we doing here, man? This guy is on a panic mode. He keeps jumping from one topic to another topic, from one topic to... Brother, stick to one topic, dummy. One topic, and let's go ahead and discuss it. Do not jump from one topic to another topic, because it looks like you're doing the Muslim shuffle. What does versions have to do with the argument? You win, you appeal to translations, you know, and if you want to go there, I will obliterate you, and I will make sure that your prophet has been slapped left and right, because you have multiple versions that doesn't even agree with each other. And I'm going to challenge you on this. Show me what the 7 ahruf, right, that your Quran contains, because you say that your Quran contains 7 ahruf. Show me that. And do you believe that 7 ahruf, okay, is within one Quran, or does it have to do with multiple Qurans? Do they agree with each other, or do they disagree with each other? Are the scholars agrees with each other that there is 7 ahruf, or there is 1 harf? I will bury you within your own Quran, coward. When you appeal to the translations of the Bible, right, I will obliterate you within your own Quran, because your Quran is nothing but a piece of crap. You see what I'm talking about? So why you want to appeal to something, right, when you know it's going to fire back against you? Then he goes on and he talks about, well, you know, they have 66... But your own scholars are saying, the consensus of your own scholars are saying that the Injil and the Torah has been preserved. Challenge me on that, coward. Ibn Abbas says that. Challenge me on that. Mujahid says that. Bukhari says that. Ibn Abi Hatim says that. Ar-Razi says that. Ibn Ashur says that. Ibn Taymiyyah says that, even though he said that Ibn Taymiyyah doesn't, which I'll be showing you guys today.
73 books, whatever. We don't believe that to be God's word. We don't believe 13 books of Paul are God's word. We don't believe in any of that. So where's the argument going?
Yeah, you're going against your own scholars, because guess what? The same book that you quoted from Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, which I will show, and you lied about it, coward, because you don't know what you're talking about. You don't know about Islam. We will teach you about Islam. You know, just like how they taught your own illiterate prophet. Right? The same book that you brought up from Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, even though that you don't know what you're talking about, he actually testifies on behalf of Paul being the apostle and the follower of Christ. What you talking about, man? Him and Peter and so on and so forth. They went to Rome. They ended up being in Rome. Huh? Ibn Kathir actually testifies on that one as well.
Going here. I don't see where the argument is going.
Okay.
So one thing, are you going to condemn your own scholars, Mimi Hijab? Are you going to condemn Ibn Kathir? Are you going to condemn Ibn Ishaq? Ibn Hisham? Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani? Who? You tell me, man. You tell me, Mark.
Okay. So I'll break it down. You know, remember I'm unqualified, so I only talk in like dummy standards. Okay. According to the Quran, it points to the previous scriptures as being the standard of truth, meaning if Muhammad is uncertain about what the Quran is relating, especially in regards to the previous prophets, the previous histories, their stories, and yada, yada, yada. If Muhammad is in doubt, this is conditional, as you said, if he doubts what the Quran is saying on these matters, then he can get clarity on his doubts by going to the people who read the scripture before him and asking them about these things.
All right, so what?
Right?
Okay, so it's saying that if you're in doubt, you can go to the people who utul kitab, alladhina utul kitab, the people who have been given the scripture before you. For example, some Jews, some Christians. Those Jews, like Waraq bin Nawfal, for example, where the Prophet ﷺ went to a person who was a monotheistic Christian at the time, and he...
I don't know why he wants to bring Waraq bin Nawfal, when Waraq bin Nawfal actually used to translate the Hebrew Bible to an Arabic. And then he said that the Injil and the Torah are preserved books of Allah while he was with Muhammad. Man, Mimi Hijab just wants to bury himself. Man, he keeps burying himself within his own stupid arguments.
Asked him for questions. You know, this is a way to reassure himself if he's in doubt or whatever it may be. Yes, this is what the Quran says. I want to understand what the issue is here. Do you believe so? What's the argument?
So here's the issue. So thank you. So we got past this part. So now,
what's the argument? What's the argument, man? What's the argument? You see how this guy is so scared? Obviously, you guys can see from his tone, from, you know, the way that he speaks. You guys can see how Mimi Hijab is so scared, dude. He's shaking. What's his argument now? Okay. Wait, what's his argument? I waffled. I mumbled. You know, now what's the argument, brother? Please do not press me, brother. Please do not press me. Don't press me, please.
Since we both now understand that he can get clarity on whatever he might have been doubting, just if in this case, he can get clarity on the truth of what the Quran is saying by going to the people of the book and what they're reading. This means that if Muhammad, if what he's receiving from the Quran matches what they tell him from the previous scriptures, then that will clear up his doubts, if he had any, regarding what the Quran's telling him, correct?
You don't know what an AI work management?
Okay, let's go with it. Let's grant it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Next. Yeah. Go on.
Awesome. So that would clear up his doubts if he saw that it lined up. Okay.
Yeah.
So this means that the inverse is true. That if he doubted and went to them and they told him the opposite of what the Quran was saying, then this would actually verify his doubts and he wouldn't have good reason to trust what the Quran is saying regarding this thing, right?
This is so weak. You have to understand how what's called mafhum mukhalafa works. Mafhum mukhalafa is a principle in usul al-fiqh, and it's a principle in usul tafsir, which is what is known in diametric opposition. Okay, it's not actually true that if I say, for example, okay, if you drink this hot tea, then you will be in a position where you have.
What does usul al-mukhalafa has to do with this? With the argument that logic is actually bringing it to the table? I just want to understand, Mimi Hijab. Can you please explain that? Or actually, any Muslim that I would bring on later, because I'll be opening this panel after I'm done reviewing this debate. If any of you guys could come up and tell me, what did Mimi Hijab meant when he said usul al-mukhalafa? What does it have to do with what logic is bringing as an argument? I just want to know, please. Enlighten me. Teach me.
Have to go to the toilet. Okay, it doesn't mean that if I don't drink the hot tea, that I will definitely not go to the toilet, does it? So what you're saying is not biconditional. There's no reason for you to think it's biconditional, that it works in a symmetrical manner. This is the weakness of Christian apologetics nowadays. You can't even think logically. The problem is you can't even actually think properly. And the issue is, if you did propositional logic course.
Well, it's not us. I mean, Ibn Taymiyyah says, whoever uses logic means that he's a zindiq. So you are a zindiq by the words of Ibn Taymiyyah. Mimi Hijab, not us.
101 in school before you flunked out and did whatever you're done. Yeah. If you did that, to be honest with you, a buck-tooth apologist smiling again because he's been caught out once again. The point is, if you understood how biconditionality works, how if one thing happens, the other thing, then you wouldn't come with these weak arguments. Okay. There is nothing in the Quran that indicates, or in the Hadith that indicates, that if the Prophet Muhammad were to go to the Christian or the Jew, and that if he were to correct him, he would have to now go in line with what the Christian or the Jew said. Because the Quran itself edits the Bible. It conscientiously corrects the Bible. For example, in the Quran, in chapter 50 of the Quran, hold on. The Quran, the author is aware, is he not? My question to you, the author is aware, is he not? In chapter 50 of the Quran, where it says, وَمَا مَسَّهُ مِن لُغُوبٍ, that no tiredness touched him when he created the heavens and the earth. He's aware of what was said in Genesis chapter 1, and also in the book of Exodus, where it says that God rested and he refreshed Nafash. So clearly it's correcting something in the Bible, correcting something in the hands of the Christians and the Jews. It's correcting it. And that's why the Quran calls itself a muhaymin. Muhaymin means the corrector.
All right, before he goes on obviously he's on a preach mode, as you guys can see, since they started, talking. He brought up the argument of saying, well, the Quran knows exactly what the Injil is about. This is why the Quran came to correct, or the author of the Quran knows. Well, first of all, the author of the Quran will be Momo. He doesn't know. He's illiterate. This is why they used to call him the ear. He used to hear stuff, right? And allow others to write it for himself. Okay. Now, you brought up the argument of Muhammad, which we will get to. I will allow your own scholars to dismantle you, to bury you, to send you to Mecca so you can smooch the Blackstone. We'll get there, I promise you. I promise you we'll get there, Mimi Hijab. So this is one of the weakest argument, guys, that they like to bring into the table, right? I'm being serious. And this is what they appeal to. When they have no way to go out of this argument, they're going to go on a preach mode.
It's the one that corrects it. It's the correct. So you're saying to me,
your shotgunning points
indicates that the opposite is true. Then that must mean that you have no idea of the Quran. You have no idea of tafsir.
All right. Before we continue, let's go ahead and see what Muhaiminan means. What it really truly means, Muhaiminan. Because I have a couple things to show, that I'll definitely touch up on, right? So before we get there, let me see, where is it at? There we go. This is from Tafsir al-Tabari, from his book, right? It's called Jami' al-Bayan an Ta'wil Ayat al-Quran, right? Al-Tabari is given his own explanation, obviously. Not only given his own explanation, but quoting a chain of narration that traces back to the companion, or even Mujahid, which would be the student of the companion. Now we have, the book is called, like I said, Jami' al-Bayan an Ta'wil, volume 8, page 487. Okay? حدثنا القاسم حدثنا الحسين قال حدثنا حجاج عن ابن جريج عن مجاهدا. It goes back to the student. ومهيمنا means مؤتمنا على القرآن وشاهدا ومصدقا. مهيمنا means to witness the truth of the Injil and the Torah. حافظا means it is memorizer. Okay, it's the memorizer as well, right? And musaddiqan, which it means that it's, believe in whatever that the Injil and the Torah have said, or what is written in the Injil and the Torah. Mimi Hijab, can you show us one scholar what he says to correct? Muhaymin means to correct. One, brother. You guys know how you guys say ahad, one, ahad. I'm asking you for one, ahad. أحد من الجحاش العلماء. One only. Bring me one, brother. Show me where he says that to correct the Injil and the Torah. Because I have otherwise. Then others says معناه أمينا عليه. It's guardian. It's guarding the Injil and the Torah. It's witnessing the truth of the Injil and the Torah. Then we have others, right? Where it says وبنحو الذي قلنا في ذلك قال أهل التأويل. The scholars, the consensus of the scholars says فقال بعضهم معناها شهيدا. The true meaning of muhayminan is witnessing the truth of the Injil and the Torah. Now, let me flip the argument against this Mimi Hijab. If the Quran is witnessing the truth of the Injil and the Torah, and it's confirming the Injil and the Torah, but yet, when Muhammad came to confirm, he saw that the Injil and the Torah says otherwise than what the Quran is saying, since, the Injil and the Torah is an actual truth, right? It is the witness of the truth. Then Muhammad has every right to doubt what the Quran have said. And that way he has a good reason to throw the Quran under the bus and go believe in Christ and accept Christianity, correct? You see how we could flip the argument against you guys? Because you guys are so stupid, man. You guys don't read your own tafasir, your own scholars actually refute you guys. This is what I love about, getting into this, because your own scholars actually refute you guys. But then he goes on and he says, well, the author of the Quran is doing cautious errors. Wait a minute. According to Ibn Abbas, there's a chain of narration that traces back to Ibn Abbas, which I have it. But I'm just gonna, because I have shown it before. It says that the author of the Quran, while he was writing the Quran, he was falling asleep. The scriber. Well, obviously we could see that he was falling asleep, to the point that he doesn't know what he's talking about. This is why he was hearing stuff and writing them without even knowing what is in the Injil and the Torah. Then he goes on and it says Genesis. And he says that God rested in the 7 days. Now you must be so dumb. Because what does it mean to rest? Means that he completed his creation. First of all, I just want to give the context, obviously, because it looks like that Muslims would not want to read the context, which is okay. We know them. They're liars, like how their prophet says. They're allowed to lie, so on and so forth. So it's not something new. But do you know Ibn Taymiyyah, the Shaykh of Islam Ibn Taymiyyah says, and he quotes from the book of Matthew, and he quotes from Genesis as well, and he talks about that God has rested in the 7 days, which means that he completed his creation, and he compares it to Allah. And do you know Ibn Taymiyyah takes the attributes as well from the Injil and the Torah? Do you know about this, buddy? Do you know about your own scholars refuting you, obliterating you, and copying from the Injil and the Torah? Do you know about this? Obviously you don't, but we'll get there. I will teach you today. This is a teaching lesson.
You have no idea of what the scholars of Islam said. You have no idea of Hadith. And that's what happens when you put forward, when the Christian polemical community put forward an individual who doesn't know the Arabic language, who doesn't know usul al-tafsir, who
doesn't know the language of Allah, mashallah. It seems like that you know the language of Allah. I challenge you, Mimi Hijab, to come and let's have a discussion, me and you. You know, I mean, I don't know if you know the Arabic, because it doesn't show me that you don't know the Arabic. You know, you're illiterate like your prophet. But, you know, we can have a discussion. I know the language of Allah better than Allah. Let's get to it. Show me how you know Arabic.
know usul al-Quran, who doesn't know anything, he's never learned Islamic studies in his life, and you put him forward to discuss things with me. You came here too early. You should have had a couple of other journeymen. You should have gone to the street and spoke to the people. The Quran actually says the opposite of what you're saying in chapter 5.
Can I speak, bro?
The Quran says you lied upon the Quran by saying that the Quran is indicating that if
how long are you gonna preach to me, man? Let's talk.
If the Prophet Muhammad were to go to a Christian and the Christian corrects him, then he must follow that. The Quran says the opposite of that. The Quran says that وَمُهَيْمِنًا عَلَيْهِ.
Preach mode again. I want to preach mode.
Is a guardian, is something which distinguishes between truth and falsehood. It's a sovereign over the previous scriptures. You're telling me
now, bro, what's going on? Is this a dialogue or not? Are you monologuing, preaching?
You can ask your next question, because if this is your strongest argument, I don't see how it is.
Well, okay, so you saying nuh-uh is not a refutation of the argument. Let me even start. Let me start with your example.
Get to the point.
I'm at the point. Let me start with your example. Remember, you spoke for the longest, so please give me the same respect. You said that if you drink this hot tea, if you drink this hot tea, then you'll have to go to the bathroom. Doesn't necessarily mean that if you don't drink the hot tea that you won't necessarily have to go to the bathroom. That's a false equivalence, because in the example, in your phrase, that you're saying that the tea is going to cause you to go to the bathroom means that if you don't drink the tea, then the tea is not going to cause you to go to the bathroom.
Is this really what they've got now?
None of this is.
What the hell was that, though? Even though that you're manifesting the whole time, Mimi Hijab, you're on a full Muslim, Mimi Hijab. Then in the middle of logic sentence, you interrupt him and you started laughing. That shows how you're on a panic mode. You're a full Muslim, man. You know, and shows your weakness as well.
The nervous laughter is not going to get you out of it.
Stupid man you are.
I got you. So again. According to the passage, this is what you got. This is what you need to help me do. Okay, I got you. So this is what you need to help me do.
What is that?
Since you conceded, Mohammed, since you conceded that Muhammad can get clarity on the uncertainty of what the Quran is saying by going to the previous scriptures. You did not, brother. We're going to rewind your words and play it back in front of you. You need to watch your clip back, dude. Stop saying you've ever said this after you said it.
You know, look, Avery.
Notice how you're interrupting me, man. Why can't I speak?
Avery, hold on.
Why can't I speak?
He keeps interrupting him. That shows his weakness, because he doesn't want to, allow him to speak. He doesn't want him to respond. He just wants to preach Mimi Hijab. He's same as Uthman ibn Kachab ibn Zina. Same as him. Uthman would like to speak. Then once he's done responding, he'll just tell you, what, let's move on, because he doesn't want you to respond, to bury his argument. Same as, same as Uthman. No difference, by the way.
Look. Be fair.
You gotta let me get my argument off.
You're meant to uphold.
You conceded earlier, and now you're saying you never said that. We all saw it, all of us.
You're meant
this is absolutely embarrassing.
One second. You said clarity on what the Quran is saying. I never once said any of that.
That's exactly what you said.
I never once said any of that.
Yes, you did, bro. Now you're lying up here. You're the qualified guy, and you have to take back your words like this?
Okay, all right. I didn't say anything about clarity of what the Quran is saying. I didn't say clarity of what the uncertain things the Quran is saying. I didn't say anything about that. Okay? I've clearly said to you the position. The position is this. The position is the Quran says that it's a muhaymin, which means it's a guardian, and it sieves out, it filters, it's a filter for the truth.
Now it's a guardian. I thought it was
hold on. Wa muhayminan alayh. How do you explain that, please?
Hold on. Before you do the Muslim shuffle, the hijab two-step, first you need to deal with your argument.
That the Quran says muhaymin. If you know what the word.
You guys saw how he jumped again by not allowing logic to respond, yet go to muhayminan, even though that logic actually refuted the argument, showed it's a weak argument, Mimi Hijab. I showed you how consensus scholars are saying to witness the truth of the Injil and the Torah, right? And I told you, give me one scholar that says to correct. And I flipped the argument against you because you're stupid.
Oh, sure. The Quran, so it depends on your interpretation, because you have some interpreters that interpreted that it was Muhammad who was a Muhammad over the Quran.
And that is true. That is true. According to Tafsir Ibn Ashur, and according to Tafsir al-Tabari says that Muhammad was actually muhayminan ala al-Quran, right? That he was the witness over the Quran. He was making sure that the Quran is correct. It aligns with the previous scriptures. But then when he found out that the Quran does not align with the previous scriptures, he found out that the Quran is false. It's not from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the handicap. You see what I'm saying?
So then, if you're going to be consistent, then you're going to have to say that Muhammad is an authority or corrupter over the words of Allah.
That's not what anyone says.
You know?
No. Muhayminan alayhi. The Quran is Muhaymin. Wait, hold on. The Quran is al-Muhaymin. It's called al-Muhaymin.
Would you like to see interpreters that say otherwise? That say Muhammad's the Muhammad?
The Quran, the verse is very clear that the Quran is the Muhaymin.
Not to everybody.
Based on what, Mimi Hijab? You keep making claims based on conjecture, but not even providing any evidence.
To some of your scholars, they said Muhammad's the Muhammad.
See, look, you're having to lie now. This is quite pathetic.
Do you want me to show you? Can I share my screen?
No, you don't need to share anything.
No. You don't even need to bury me. No. I'm on a panic mode. I'm gonna stay on a panic mode. Please, Logic, do not show me. Please don't do that to me. I'm already ashamed and embarrassed in front of everybody, in front of thousands of people. Why would you want to continue embarrassing me?
What are you laughing at? It's the Quran's called Furqan. I'm okay. You don't like Muhammad. You don't like Muhammad.
I'm not gonna lie. This is the best part. Watch. This is one of the best part that I liked. When Logic got him and said, well, the Torah is Al-Furqan as well, according to Surah Al-Baqarah 43, by the way. Let's get to it.
Okay,
oh, man. Brother, this is a joy.
What are you laughing at?
I'm going to let you know, I get the same skill set on my everyday Monday, Wednesday, Friday stream. You're no different than the everyday Muslim.
What does Furqan mean? What does Furqan mean?
Furqan means criterion.
Okay, so what does it mean? What
is a standard of truth that tells you what's right and what's wrong. There you go. Guess what? The Quran says the Torah is Al-Furqan. Chapter 21, verse 48.
Look how he changed his face. From laughing to realizing that he just messed up. Unfortunately, Mimi Hijab, you cannot keep up. You're so stupid. You don't know what you're talking about.
Is the Furqan, Muhammad?
I can't even hear what you're saying. I can't hear it. Tell me something else.
I just said that according to your Quran, the Torah is Al-Furqan. In chapter 21, verse 48, and in chapter 2, verse 53, the Torah is Al-Furqan.
Oh my gosh. What did I do? Why did I bring the Furqan? I just cooked myself. Why? Because if I have to go, based on my argument, then the Torah is Al-Furqan. But wait a minute, the Torah came before the Quran. And if the Torah is called to be Al-Furqan, which means criterion, and the Quran is going based on what the Injil and the Torah are saying, this is why Muhammad was commanded to go and ask the people of the book. Damn, Gina. And that means that the Torah is criterion over the Quran. And whatever that the Quran, right, is going against the Torah, then that means that the Quran is false. Damn, Gina, why did I do that, Mike? Why did I do that, Mike? I just messed up, Mike.
So what do you got to say about that?
No.
The Torah is the Quran.
Is the Quran Furqan or not?
Yes, so is the Torah.
Okay,
yes, so is the Torah.
Right. By the way,
yes, so is the Torah, correct?
Hold on.
Is that correct that the Torah is also Furqan?
Wait, chapter 25, Surah Furqan, yeah? It doesn't say the Torah is Furqan. It says
I just said chapter 21, verse 48. It says that we gave Moses and Aaron the scripture and the criterion.
Yeah.
That's the Torah, right?
That's true.
Thank you. I know it's true.
Hold on. Can't both be true.
Well, you're waking me up now.
What was given to Aaron and wait, hold on. So what was given to Aaron was a Furqan, right?
Say that again.
Look at me.
Yeah,
What was given to Aaron and what was given to
I need to
Moses.
get dressed for the occasion. I'm getting my shit's getting messy. Hold on.
So, is what was given to Aaron? Are you okay? What's this guy doing? He's get out of here. You want to throw the towel? You want to throw the towel, boy? You want to throw the towel? Oh, come on.
I just need to dress.
Yeah, this is it works.
I mean, Logic has every right to go grab his, chef hat, man. I mean, he's been cooking, man. You know, I would have done the same thing. The guy's too easy, guys. Mimi Hijab is too easy to get refuted and to get obliterated.
I need to dress for the occasion.
Sit down.
I need to dress for the occasion.
He needs to do this. He needs to do this, doesn't he?
He's getting agitated.
I need to dress for the occasion, man.
Okay. All right. So now here's the question. Here's the question too. Are we done with your? Are we done with your logic? Are we done with your dilemma?
No, you haven't dealt with it yet. You just said no answer.
So what do you want to ask me now?
Okay, so continuing with the argument, because you said you never said this. You said you never said this. So I'm gonna make you say it
again.
What's
your question?
I'm about to give it to you.
I said this.
I'm about to give it to you.
And this
I'm
and
about
that.
to give it to you. I'm about to give.
Allahum give it to you like how the uncle of Muhammad give it to Muhammad. Allahum brother.
What's the question?
All right. So when Allah tells Muhammad,
Yeah.
if you are in doubt about what we have revealed to you, if you're uncertain about the truth about what we revealed to you,
like 4 or 5 times, right?
because you keep flip-flopping like flippy on.
You asked this question like 4 or 5 times, haven't you?
Because you keep saying you said it and you didn't say it. The religion of yes, no, yes, no.
Do you understand that the Quran is referred to as Muhaymin and Furqan? Okay, you
So
can't
what?
get away from that. Okay, so which means it's the criterion.
the
All
Torah
right.
is called
So
Furqan.
you said it's the criterion. You understand that the Quran is a criterion over the previous scriptures. You understand that when Prophet Muhammad saw Umar al-Khattab reading aspects of the Torah, he told them that you have been given something, you don't need to read this, which is the Quran.
He brought up a narration that it's considered to be weak. We're like, what are you doing, you dummy? You just cooked yourself. You brought up a weak narration. Why are you bringing any weak narration, brother? Why? I can use that argument against you, by the way, even if I have to go within the hadith that you brought up, Mimi Hijab. Do you know that Umar bin Khattab actually testifies on the truth of the Injil? He actually got that book itself and he wanted to read it and he was reading it. The reason why your prophet said not to do so, right? Because he wanted to interpret it than other than what the actual text says. You dummy. He's so stupid, Bibi. Can't believe this guy.
Say that again? Wait, say that again?
Can we say that one more time?
Yeah, please.
When the Prophet Muhammad saw Umar ibn al-Khattab reading aspects of the Torah of the time which were preserved, some aspects were preserved, and he was reading it, he said that you've been given something which replaces this. So the point is this, the Prophet mentioned, in a hadith, لا تصدقوهم ولا تكذبوهم.
Oh, what a beautiful argument, man. Well, I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. Logic did a phenomenal job by obliterating this argument. Before we continue, let me just show one thing. Because we gotta have some fun as well, guys. So, he said, guys, well, during the time of the Prophet, Umar bin Khattab, the Prophet says, how dare you to even do that? Don't, guys, because it was not preserved. Well, let's find out. From Allah and the Prophet. The chain of narration is authentic. Right? Excuse me. All right. And it was narrator. Then it is Ziyad bin Labit. Right? And who actually narrates this was Al-Qurtubi. Right? The Prophet said, the Prophet mentioned something and said that will be at the time when knowledge is lost. And I said, Messenger, can knowledge be lost when we recite the Quran and teach it to our children? And our children teach it to their children until the day of resurrection? Ziyad, I used to consider you the most knowledgeable man may your mother be bereaved of yourself in Medina. Do not the Jews and the Christians recite the Torah and the Injil and the Gospel, yet they do not act upon them? This is what they're saying, and this is the reason why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, mashallah, He is very famous. He revealed the ayah that the Jews and the Christians has nothing to stand upon, right? Unless if they observe the Torah and the Injil. Wait a minute, Mimi Hijab. How can they observe the Torah and the Injil if these books were corrupted? How can they act upon the Injil and the Torah if these books are corrupted? Do you know better than your Allah, or do you know better than your own prophet, or even the scholars? I mean, it's up to you, man. Hey, let's not forget, Lesbiano tried to do the same thing, but he became an apostate. He went against all of the scholars, including the companions. You want to do the same thing, Mimi Hijab? You want to embarrass yourself and leave Sunnism? You want to become a kafir Qur'ani sallallahu? It's up to you. Either or, you're still cooking yourself. Either way, free way. One more. Right? One more. Let's get to it. Let me go ahead and translate it. This is an authentic hadith as well from Sahih Abi Dawud, right? And the hadith narrator obviously is Imam al-Albani. I was with the Negos and one of his sons read a verse from the gospel. So he was reading a verse from the gospel, which means that they had the Injil between their hand, the gospel between their hand. And he laughed at it. Guess what Muhammad said? Are you laughing at the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? How dare you to even laugh at Allah's words, which would be the Injil? Mimi Hijab, if the Injil was corrupted, then are you saying the corrupted words from the Injil that Muhammad is saying that are considered to be the words of Allah? How can the words of Allah, right, obviously within the Injil or in the Injil, right, are considered to be corrupted according to your own stupid logic? How does that even make sense? Because your own prophet actually is testifying on behalf of the Injil, saying that the Injil is the words of Allah. Make it make sense, boy. Make it make sense, boy. One more. Another hadith from Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani. MashaAllah. Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani is given as a commentary, by the way. The same guy that he wanted to appeal to. You know, the same guy, guys. From his book, Fath al-Bari. Which we will get to as well later on within another argument. Came and said, right, the authority of Ibn Abbas. It goes back to Ibn Abbas. Do you not claim that you follow the religion of Abraham and believe in what is in the Torah and testify that it's true? He's asking him, do you? He said, yes. But you have concealed from what you were commanded to reveal. So I disavow what you have innovated. They said, we will hold fast to what we have of guidance and truth. And we will not believe in you or what you have brought. They're talking about Muhammad. They're telling Muhammad, we're not going to believe in you because you're not written within the Injil and the Torah. Therefore, he's a false prophet because Muhammad says that you will find me in the Injil. That's another dilemma that I could use against them, which I will be using against them when they bring conscious edits, when they say the author of the Quran knows what he's talking about. No, he doesn't know. I'll tell you why. Because according to the Mufassirin of the Quran, they say that Muhammad went to the Jews and the Christians to tell them that my name is written in there, that they have to believe in me. Okay. The Jews and the Christians checked their own books. They don't find anybody named Muhammad, or I mean Ahmed, by Ahmed. You know, and therefore they considered him to be a false prophet, even though that Muhammad knew that the Injil and the Torah were preserved books. So I can use this dilemma as a dilemma to show how Muhammad is a false prophet. Huh? Which we will be using soon, hopefully. And it goes on and it says, so God revealed this verse. You are not upon anything until you uphold the Torah and the gospel. And what was revealed to you, obviously. You know, so he's telling the Jews and the Christians to uphold the Torah and the gospel, and Muslims to uphold the Quran, what was revealed to them, obviously, the Quran. So how is he going to say to uphold something if that thing is corrupted? Make it make sense. Let's go to the video.
Belie them and do not believe them about the people of the past. لا تصدقوهم ولا تكذبوهم. Do not believe them and do not belie them. Do you know this hadith in Bukhari?
Yes. So what does he say?
So hold on. There are aspects of
No. Finish it.
Of these. Let me finish what I'm saying.
Finish the hadith.
لا تصدقوهم ولا تكذبوهم. Let me explain to you.
And no, finish the last line. You're skipping a line.
That's the hadith. لا
Yes,
تصدقوهم
no,
ولا
that's not just the
تكذبوهم.
hadith. Brother,
حدثوا على بني
please don't
إسرائيل
make me
ولا حرج.
embarrassed.
لا تصدقوهم ولا تكذبوهم. This is the hadith. Are you
English?
okay? Are you
English?
okay? Oh, English. Do not belie them and do not believe them. You can speak of Israel, Bani Israel, yeah, with no issues.
No, that's not what he says. That's not what he says. Hijab. Okay, let me teach you. He says,
Teach me what, man?
I got you.
تصدقوهم ولا
I got you.
تكذبوهم. This means do not belie them and do not believe them. Which
And-
means that there's aspects of what's in circulation.
No.
The
Watch,
Jews
look,
that
this is
you
why
don't
this is
believe
important,
and you
Hijab.
must remain
He says,
agnostic to.
I got you. He says, do not believe them nor disbelieve them, but
Oh, someone is teaching Mimi hijab. He's showing him. He was like, brother, here is the phone. You just embarrassing us. How dare you to bring a hadith that you couldn't even finish? And you brought the hadith where it's going to refute you. He's giving him the phone to teach him.
let's say,
But he has the same excuse. You know, he said later on when they debated about the Trinity, saying that Nick was helping him out, even though Nick was not even helping logic out. You know, hypocrisy, mashallah.
we believe in what was
okay.
revealed to us
Yeah, okay.
and what is revealed to you.
Sure,
You just read it, didn't you?
لا
Just found it?
تصدقوهم ولا تكذبوهم. لا تصدقوهم ولا تكذبوهم. The point I'm making is,
Am I correct?
do not believe them, do not belie them. So the issue
And-
is this.
so what are they supposed to say?
Yeah, and tell them that we believed in what was revealed to Abraham and Jacob and Isaac, etc. The Quran is mentioned.
So you're supposed to believe in what
He
they
recites
have
the
and
verse
what you
from
have,
the Quran
correct?
afterwards. He
Look,
recites
you're
the
caught
verse
lying on
from
your
the
own
Quran.
hadith.
Sorry, say again.
You're caught lying and misquoting your own hadith. I had
He
to
recites
teach you
the
what the
verse from
hadith
the
says.
ayah of, what are you talking about, man? Are you
I'm
stupid?
talking
You think-
about
What are you talking about, man? You just got confused me, man. Logic, you just confused me, man. Because I don't know what I'm talking about, man. I brought up a hadith that I just messed up on, man. All right, let's articulate the hadith. The hadith says to the Jews and the Christians, the Jews and the Christians and the Muslims, they're telling them, right, to believe, right, on whatever that was revealed to you and whatever that was revealed to them. And I'll tell you guys why. And don't disbelieve them, right, nor believe them. So he's not saying, well, you know, that the books are corrupted. No, he's saying what was revealed to you obviously is considered to be as preserved books, which we would consider to be the words of Allah. But he's telling them, do not believe in them, nor disbelieve in them. Why? What's the reason? Because there was a group of the Jews that used to distort the meaning of the text. They used to explain the text on what it really does not say. So Muhammad is saying, do not take their own interpretation, not all of them. You know, there's a group of, do not take their own interpretation, but believe on what it is between their hand. Mimi Hijab, why you're not doing that? Your prophet is saying, believe on what we have between our hand. Sure, do not believe our own interpretation. No problem. Let's read the text on what it really is. You see how you bring a hadith that cooks you and obliterates you?
what are you teaching about?
The Quran says, the Hadith says that don't belie them and don't believe them, which means that there's something in circulation. There is something in circulation from Ahl Kitab, which is you may remain agnostic about. If
No.
the Quran contradicts it, then the Quran takes precedence. That's why
Muhammad
the Quran
never
says,
said that.
وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ وَلَكِنْ
Wow.
شُبِّهَ لَهُم.
Butchered
That they
that.
didn't kill him, they didn't crucify, but it was made to appear. Clearly,
What does that have to do with the argument? What is وما قتلوه وما صلبوه ولكن شبه لهم? What does that have to do? I just want to understand. Even though you bring in an argument that obliterates you, that buries you, that still proves the crucifixion of Christ. Why? Because it connects with Ali Imran 55. You know, mutawafika, which the word mutawafika has been used for an actual death. We have tafsir al-Bukhari. Bukhari actually gives us, and Ibn Abbas actually tells us. He says that mutawafika refers to mumitaka, which it means that the death, the death that must be completed. This guy is all over, dude.
it's correcting something, isn't it? In the New Testament.
Let me touch on this because you're
Isn't
messing
the
up your own
Quran,
hadith.
is the Quran correcting the New Testament?
No,
or
it is
Yes or
not.
no?
And guess what?
Is the
Muhammad
Quran
never.
correcting
You
the
asked
New
me a
Testament
question.
or
Let me
not?
answer. You asked me a
Is the
question.
Quran correcting the New
You
Testament
asked
or
me a
not?
question. Let me
Yeah.
answer.
Yes or no?
The answer is no. And Muhammad never, ever says that the Quran is correcting the previous scripture.
It
In
doesn't
fact,
say that.
the
I'm
hadith
saying,
that
is
you're
the
talking
Quran
about-
doing one or not?
Let me
Is
finish.
the Quran correcting? Wait, hold on.
Let
When
me
the Quran
finish,
says,
bro. You gotta let me, brother, you
Wait,
gotta
hold
let
on.
me.
Panic mode. Panic mode, he asks this question, then right when Logic is responding, he cuts him off. That tells you a lot.
You finish, man.
Right, let me ask you the question first. Let me ask you the question.
You're trying to jump out the pot, dude. Like the rest.
When the Quran says,
stop trying to jump out the pot like the rest, man. Stay in there.
Hold on for a second, Avery. Otherwise, we can't speak over each other.
You're speaking over me.
You're not letting me speak.
No.
You're not letting me speak, Avery. Even though I'm cutting you off the whole time. But you're not letting me speak. It's your turn, but I'm still gonna cut you off. But you're not letting me speak, brother. Brother, how dare you, brother? That is stupid.
I just let you finish and ask me a question. You didn't even let me finish my answer.
Let me tell you. Let me ask you the question.
So you're about to ask and let me speak, right?
You're gonna give me an answer after I ask you the question, right?
So can I qualify my answer though?
Can you let me ask you the question so you can answer?
Of course, but I want to know if I
sure. Let me ask you the question. Don't be too scared. Don't be worried. Don't be nervous. I know that you must be scared because you don't even let me ask you the question.
That doesn't work on me. Can you assure me that can you assure me that I will be allowed to answer you in full?
Ask you the question. Let me just ask you the question.
Will you allow me to answer in full?
Let me ask you the question.
So I'm going to answer in full when you ask.
Go ahead. So you're not letting me say anything, yeah?
I'm letting you go. I'm just saying I'm going to answer in full.
When the Quran says, وَمَا مَسَّهُ مِن لُغُوبٍ, yeah? That no weariness touched God. That Allah, He created the heavens and the earth, and no weariness touched Him, yeah? Is that a correction of the Genesis and Exodus narrative or not? Yes or no? Is it correcting what's in the hands of the Bible or not? Is it correcting or not?
I'm going to answer you in full. The answer is no. It is not a correction. No, it is not a correction. The Bible doesn't even teach tiredness. Notice how it doesn't even teach that tiredness touched God. In fact, it talks about Him ceasing working on the seventh day. Not that He was actually tired. So the Quran, if you knew your own Bible, let me finish. Allow me to finish.
If you knew your own Bible, you know that there's a verse
allowing me to answer in full. You must be scared, boy. You must be scared, boy. Let me finish. So back to the Hadith. The Hadith that you are referring to,
hold on.
Where it says, don't believe what they say, nor disbelieve what they say. But this is what you respond to them.
Why are you changing the subject?
Let me finish.
Why are you changing the subject?
No, you're the one who changed the subject.
How dare you to go back to the subject, Logic? How dare you, brother? How dare you to hold him, right, into the Hadith that he actually brought up, that cooks him and obliterates him? How dare you?
Subject. You brought this Hadith up.
Hold on.
You brought this Hadith up, and now you're getting schooled. Now you're getting cooked on Hadith you brought.
Why are you running?
He says, say, believe, and we believe in what was revealed to us
Avery,
and what was revealed to you.
Avery, listen.
So hold on. Are you supposed to believe in what was revealed to me?
Listen or not?
No, are you going to listen? I already listened to you. Okay. Are you? So answer the question.
Let me tell you what I'm saying. Let me tell you what I'm saying, and then you can say what you want to say.
Again.
You said that. Let me speak, man. Just give me 20 seconds.
Go ahead and dodge again.
If it's not a dialogue if we can't speak to each other.
You're the only one speaking over me, Hijab.
If you let me speak for 20 seconds, then you can respond for 20 seconds. Otherwise, you're trying to, you get it. Okay, so what I'm trying to say is that in the book of Genesis, it's mentioned, that God rested. However, in the book of Exodus.
Are we back to this argument again that he actually tried to argue it in about, 20 minutes ago? He's going back to the same argument? I just don't understand. Why are you going back to the same argument that was refuted already? Mimi Hijab. You can't. Brother. One argument at a time, brother. Don't shotgun 20, 30, 40 arguments. That shows that you're so weak that you don't know what you're talking about. You're just shotgunning everything at the same time, right? So you could confuse logic. But logic is not like that, man. Logic is saying, man, stay inside of that damn pot, man. Either way, you're getting cooked. You're getting cooked, man. Either way. It's freeway.
Chapter number 31, verse number 17. Okay. In that verse, the word is that he not only rested, but he refreshed. And the Hebrew word is nafash. So here clearly in the Old Testament.
Again, Ibn Taymiyyah testifies on this. He actually uses this to show how Allah is a true Allah, right? And he takes from the Bible the attributes to contribute it to Allah as well. What's the issue? So you're going to throw Ibn Taymiyyah under the bus when Ibn Taymiyyah actually quotes this, that God has rested. What he says that he has rested means that he has completed his creation. He uses the same thing and compares it to Allah. You see how you're so stupid when you bring these arguments?
Corpus, you have this idea of God actually literally resting. If you look at all of the rabbinical commentary about that, it's an actual rest. So the point is this: you're saying when the Quran says وَمَا مَسَّهُمُ اللُّغُوبِ in chapter number 50 in Surah Qaf, that is not correcting this. So what is it correcting then? Why is it mentioning that?
All right. So again, The author of the Quran is actually unfamiliar with what is in the Bible. He only goes by word of mouth.
Yes or no?
So notice you said that I can speak. Notice how you said I can speak. I let you speak uninterrupted.
Okay, go ahead.
I already answered you. No, it is not a correction. Muhammad is ignorant of what is in the previous scriptures, and he's only going by word of mouth. Here's an example. The example is what you brought up in the Hadith that you had no idea about. The Hadith says, that you're referring to, it says that the Jews used to recite the Torah in Hebrew and then explain it in Arabic.
Okay, so before you get to the Hadith for a second,
let me finish, bro. Let me finish.
Okay.
Logic can't even finish his sentence. He can't even finish 30 seconds of talking. Every 10 seconds, Mimi Hijab, Mimi Niqab has to interrupt him. Even though Mimi Niqab has been speaking for what? Minutes and minutes and minutes, over minutes.
I say it quiet. Go on, speak. I appreciate it. So, according to the Hadith that you brought up, it destroys you because it shows that they're hearing by word of mouth. They're having the Torah explained to them in Arabic by some of the Jews. Then in response, Muhammad says, don't believe what they say, nor disbelieve what they say, but in response say, we believe in what was revealed to us and what was revealed to you. So they can't trust the Jews on if they're lying or not on what the scriptures say because they don't know it. They don't know the scriptures themselves. They're only going by word of mouth. So Muhammad's not correcting nothing. He's ignorant of the scriptures.
Okay, so I've let you speak. Is it my turn to respond?
Thank you.
What baffles me is you'll have minions of Mimi Hijab saying, this guy is not at your level hijab, just cut the stream and bring on someone else. Oh, we know why you're telling him that. Because you know inside out that Mimi Niqab is getting obliterated, he's getting buried. So obviously you have to say something like this, you know, please cut him out. He's nobody. It's okay, bring someone else. Because you know that logic is obliterating him. This is the reason why. And it just made... This guy's not your level hijab. Bro, hijab is nobody. Hijab is not even educated about his own deen. He doesn't know anything. He couldn't even finish the hadith.
Appreciate it, finally.
Yeah, fine.
By the way,
I promise you, if I ask hijab, Mimi Niqab right now, what's the difference between hadith and athar, he would not know what's the difference between them. And this is a basic question. Imagine the rest then.
Don't forget that Muhammad point. Because I'm going to show you that Mujahid is the one who said that Muhammad was the Muhammad over the Quran.
Give me a second. Let me speak. Let me respond. I've given you one example. Okay, one example is in the book of Exodus, chapter number 31, and the book of Genesis, chapter number 1. There's this idea of rest. Now, you can say Genesis is not rest, it's ceasing to work, but you can't say that with the book of Exodus. And therefore, the Quran says, in more than one occasion, by the way, it actually says this many times. In Surah Al-Ahqaf, it mentions وَلَمْ يَعْيَ بِخَلْقِهِنْ in chapter 46. In chapter number 50, it mentions that no weariness touched him, no tidiness touched him. So clearly there's a correction going on, but you don't want to believe that, no problem. The Quran says وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ وَلَكِنْ شُبِّهَ لَهُم. The Quran clearly is responding to a biblical narrative. It's clearly responding to a Christian narrative. It's saying they did not kill him, they did not crucify him. وَلَكِنْ شُبِّهَ لَهُم. It was made to appear as if they did. So the question is this. Is the Quran, with this verse, وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ وَلَكِنْ شُبِّهَ لَهُم, is it aware of what is being said by Christians? Is this correct that they say that he was killed and crucified? Is that correct representation? And is it then correcting that or not? Yes or no?
Beautiful. So now I get to fully answer. So this is notice the difference. The answer is yes. Here's a quick answer to yes. Yes, it is correcting what people say. Yeah, now we're talking. It's correcting what they say, not what the scriptures say, but the Christians and the Jews. So notice how, let me land. I let you speak uninterrupted, right? So thank you, I appreciate it. So notice the difference. At first you were arguing that Muhammad is aware of what the scripture says and is correcting the scripture, not just what the Jews and Christians say. But you just changed your question to, is Muhammad aware of what the Christians say and is therefore correcting what the Christians say? And the answer to that is yes. Unbeknownst to him, that what they are saying is actually in the Injil, in the gospel. So Muhammad is against the Christians, unknowingly against the gospel. So and here's the point. This is why. Hold on, let me land. No, I'm
keep talking. Actually, it's
good. I appreciate it.
I didn't realize this, but I didn't realize this. Actually, please keep talking. Keep talking.
Oh, thank you. This is good. So what you're gonna have to do? Thank you. So this is what you're gonna have to deal with. What you're gonna have to deal with is Muhammad commanding you not to believe what we say or disbelieve what we say. Notice he never goes against the scripture. Show me anywhere where Muhammad says, don't believe in what the scripture says. Show me one time where Muhammad said
Avery, let's go back to the point.
This is the point. Please answer.
Avery, no, hold on. This is what you said. You said that it was a correction. Okay. it was a correction. You admitted. You actually, I'm surprised, and I have to commend you actually.
Yeah.
I thought you'd be a belligerent young man. Okay, I thought you put on the hat. You put.
I'm a humble chef.
But I have to say you're better.
This is when someone doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what to respond with, but he's gonna throw ad homs. He's gonna, he's gonna say, "Oh, you don't know what you're talking about." Blah, 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 blah. He's gonna start waffling. Obviously, at this point, this shows you that Bibi Hijab, Mimi Niqab, can not address what logic is saying, man.
I thought you'd be. No, you're better than I thought.
I'm a humble chef.
You do have a future in content creation and influencing. You do have a future. This, and you know what? I'm starting to like him. Yeah. I'm starting to like something. Yeah, he's got some good politics. But just
it's usually the effect I have on people.
Because don't just smile like that because you look like a buck tooth.
It's okay.
But that's inside for now. No. We're having a good time.
I'm a humble chef. I like to cook giant.
Okay, whatever. Let me just say this to you, right? The point I'm making to you is this. You have just admitted when the Quran says وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ وَلَكِنْ شُبِّهَ لَهُم. Yeah.
Whoa. I didn't say anything.
No. Let me finish what I'm saying. Let me finish.
But you just misrepresented me. I never said about anything.
I didn't even say anything yet.
Yes, you did. You said that what I admitted that what the Quran says. I never said anything about what the Quran says. We're talking about what Muhammad said pertains to Hadith.
Hey, we haven't finished my sentence, so you couldn't have known what I'm saying.
Go ahead, bro.
I said when the Quran said وَمَا قَتَلُوهُ وَمَا صَلَبُوهُ وَلَكِنْ شُبِّهَ لَهُم, they did not kill him, they did not crucify him. Well, it was made to appear to them that was the case. Yeah, you admitted that was what you thought was a correction of Muhammad of the Christian community, but you thought he didn't know what's in the New Testament. Okay, he didn't know what's in the New Testament, yet it's still a correction somehow. The point is the crucifixion mentioned in the New Testament? Yeah.
How is that a correction, you dummy? When you just conceded the fact that you agreed with logic by the author not knowing what is inside of the Injil and the Torah. If he doesn't know what's inside of the Injil and the Torah, obviously, he's not going to know, right, what the Injil and the Torah is talking about. Therefore, he's going to hear what others are saying. He's going to hear what the Jews and the Christians are saying. He's going to write them. Can't make this up, man, with this child. Man, these Abdus are just funny.
Yes, the crucifixion is without a doubt mentioned in the New Testament, and it's mentioned multiple times in multiple reports. It says in the Quran that it was made to appear to them that it was the case. It didn't really happen. This is a correction of the Quran, which shows the author of the Quran, whether you believe it's the Prophet Muhammad or we believe it's Allah, the author of the Quran was fully aware of what was in that book, and he was fully aware of what was in circulation with Christians and Jews, and not only did he reject it, he corrected it. Is that true or is that false?
False again. So I don't know. I don't know how many times you want me to answer this for you, Hijab. I don't know how many times you want me to answer this. I'll break it down. And remember, I'm gonna break it down in unqualified terms, and maybe this will help you out. What we're talking about is what Muhammad is saying regarding what the people say, not the scriptures. So when the Quran says, this is the example.
Hold on, my Mimi Niqab is online right now. Is challenging everybody. Okay, let's go join him, guys. Let's go join him. I didn't know Mimi Niqab is online right now. Okay. Oh, sorry guys, I'm kind of low sick. I didn't know Mimi Niqab is live, guys. We're gonna have a lot of fun today, man.
For him. Okay. Ministry.
Okay. How do I join this?
How about you give
How do I join this? Oh, okay.
Verse with a computer, you could sit there and find it. Yeah, you can tell me the verse, paraphrase it, I'll get up for you, man. I got you.
The studio is full. Oh man. The studio is full? Come on, man. How dare you guys to have your studios full, man? I want to join. Can I join, man? Let me try again. Oh, there we go. Awesome. Can I turn my camera or no? Your browser can access. What? Why? Dude. What the what is going on here? Why can I not turn my camera on, guys? Okay, I can mute myself, unmute myself, but I can't turn my camera on? You know what? It's all good, guys. I'm just gonna keep it as it is.
Very natural reading where obviously Jesus is not God. Okay.
Can you still hear me?
Yeah.
I didn't know if it still worked in the background.
Guys, make sure that you smash the like button, share the live stream.
So we're going to see who is worshiping the God of Abraham and who's worshiping the worshiper of God of Abraham.
You ready?
And what's the verse?
This is coming from John.
Every time I
5:7 is
wanna...
where I'm starting.
Got you. Before
Then
Abraham
the
was born, I
Judeans
am.
replied.
Don't make any sense.
Before Abraham was, I am. Yeah. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, why do you need me to read it then?
Just
So
weird,
what's the
dude.
claim there? How does this prove that he's the God of Abraham? Just steel man your case. You want me to steel man it, or would you like to?
Nah, go for it.
So you want me to steel man your case?
Sure.
Okay.
Hey,
So
man.
in John 8:58,
Hold
Jesus
on.
is saying he pre-exists Abraham by saying,
Hey, man, last time we obliterated Dina response, so we already cooked Dina response. I want to speak to Mimi Niqab. So let's see if Mimi Niqab is gonna be able to, you know, speak with me. Because I already speak with this clown. I'm using the Logi camera, guys. It's HD 1080p or something like that.
okay, but you didn't know what steel man is, and you told me steel man. So
No, I have an
if you
idea
don't
what it
if you don't know what something is, that's fine. You can say you don't know. So
Oh, yeah.
So I just let you go.
go ahead, brother. Make your case. John 8:58. Tell us why why does this prove he's
Oh, it's gonna take forever right now. Hold on, guys. Let me.
Be older than Abraham and still be in the form of a man.
okay? Jesus, and I'll grant you that if someone pre-exists being a man, he's not a normal man, right? You might say he has some form of divinity. Sure, okay. However,
Oh,
I
so
don't
you can
believe John 8:58 is talking about.
wait. So you can see the fact that he was here before Abraham was, and you can see the fact that he has some sort of divinity, which already cooks you and shows that Jesus is God. Dina, you so stupid, Dina. You little good boy, Dina.
Okay. All right, can you guys share my screen? Barakallahu feekum. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you a very simple question before I read. Before I read the context, I'm just gonna ask you a very simple question.
Before you read it, tell me what version it is.
Yeah, NIV. Okay. So I'm gonna ask you a very simple question, then we can read it. If I tell you that your great great grandfather rejoiced at seeing the day that me and you would speak, does that mean that me and you spoke to your great 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 grandfather and we met together, and that we pre-existed?
Obviously, no.
It wouldn't, because he rejoiced at the thought of seeing it. He didn't see us, right? Speaking with him. That's what Jesus says. He says, "Your father Abraham rejoiced at the thought of seeing my day." He's on shake.
Can I
By the way, I'm not gonna give a daunting explanation, but this is.
Can we get into the meat of it, bro? What's going on, man?
Misunderstand Jesus. So when Jesus says, "Abraham rejoiced at seeing my day,"
I don't know how long this is gonna take, man.
you're more than 50 years old, which obviously he didn't say. He never said.
By the way, IPs tried to join them, but you know they're not allowing him to join.
Yeah, 56.
So let's see if they're gonna allow me to join, or let's see if Mimi Niqab is gonna, you know, he's gonna have a discussion with me.
Your great great grandfather saw the day me and you would speak, and you rejoiced. That doesn't mean me and you pre-existed, obviously. Okay.
Who said that part?
Say again.
That was coming from Jesus?
Yeah, Jesus said this in verse 56. Yeah. Then
In
they
verse
s- then
56.
they mis yeah, and then they misinterpreted him in verse 57.
Hopefully they don't, copy like me as well. These clowns.
I am, all it means is before Abraham, I was preordained to be the Messiah. That's all it means. That doesn't mean that Jesus is pre-existent Abraham as God. Because I am, do you know what I am means in the context of the Gospel of John when Jesus uses it?
I know what it means in the context of the Bible.
And in John specifically, because you can't assume universality,
The
meaning
Bible
you can't
says
assume
in
that every
Exodus
book.
3:14,
Yeah, just let me, brother,
I
let me
am
finish.
who I am.
Brother, just let me finish. You can't assume universality in the Bible because there's no reason to. There's all the reason
Wait,
to
to know
assume that
what's
it's
in the Bible?
universality. There's no reason to assume it's all saying the same thing. It's one voice.
No, it's
There's,
100 different languages, different people.
yeah,
Right?
but it's more than that. I believe it's even different perspectives from different authors. So there's no reason for me to assume universality. But even no problem. I'll even assume potentially there's universality here between Exodus and this passage here. In Exodus 3:14, when God says in the bush, "I am the being who is," what is that in the Greek, in the Septuagint?
What is what?
What is that in the Septuagint, the Greek translation of Exodus 3:14, when it says, "I am who I am"?
Pull it up for you.
Yeah, take your time. So, guys, we've buried the point of literal preexistence because Jesus said Abraham rejoiced at the thought of seeing his day. So we buried that. Now we're gonna bury the point that I am means the divine name. So go ahead.
After you bury that point, I've got an announcement to make. Actually, it's going to shock and surprise everybody.
Oh man,
Wanna
that is
continue to
wild.
stream, I've got an announcement to make here.
Yeah, you're trying to catch a job and it's 6 degrees off guard? Yes, I was. I was trying to catch them 6 degrees.
What's his actual name?
Michael Jones.
Okay, well, Michael Jones, I've got an announcement for you. After Dean has finished, I want you to come back, Michael Jones.
No.
Back in the back. So, because I've got an announcement for you.
Mimi niqab. Don't replace me and you, Mimi niqab,
So
please.
you want me to go ahead and read what the?
No, continue speaking.
Trust me. Mimi niqab, if you're gonna have a discussion with me right now, it's gonna be a very generous of you, of yourself.
Go ahead and continue speaking.
I will make sure that your janazah is gonna be forever and ever.
Verb form used is pretend like I know how to say it.
Your janazah is gonna be forever and ever, I promise you. Hopefully don't make an excuses. Oh, I don't want to discuss with you. I don't want to have a discussion with you. Alright, anyways, guys, let me see if I could do something here. I want to continue reviewing the debate while I'm here, because this is... He's gonna make him wait like how he did to Logic. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, if he's a man and he wants to have a discussion, this is why he has a topic saying challenge Muslims, Q&A. Might as well, you know. What happened? The hell? Did I get kicked or something? The hell just happened, guys? Let me try to join again. I think they kicked me out of the Wow, what a cowards. What a coward, mate. Bunch of cowards, mate. What a cowards. What a cowards. Y'all bunch of cowards. Y'all bunch of scary cat cowards that can't even have a discussion. What a coward. Bunch of cowards. Anyways, let's see if we could. Hold on, let me try again. I'm gonna try again, see if I can just join or something. Wow. Alright, I guess, guys, we can't even join anymore because they kicked us. They kicked us out of the stage. You can't make this up, man. What a bunch of clowns. What a bunch of clowns. Alright, I guess we're gonna. I don't know. What do you guys think? Chat, tell me. Should we go back to reviewing the debate or what should we do at this point? I mean, we can't even get in. You guys tell me. What do you want to do? You guys tell me. What do you guys want to do, chat? You guys want me to go back reviewing the debate? You guys want me away? What you guys want to do? It's up to you guys. Whatever you guys want to do, I'll do. Because this is pathetic, man. Keep reviewing. Okay, so I guess we'll just keep reviewing the debate. I don't know what to do. Let's try one more. Yep, we can't even get in. Alright. Okay, we'll just keep reviewing the debate then. Where was the video? Hold on.
We killed them. Hold on a second. For their boasting, this is chapter 4 about the crucifixion verse.
What is this?
For their boasting, they say we killed the Messiah, son of Mary. Notice this, Hijab. Can you please listen? I need you to pay attention this time so you can learn this. The Quran is addressing what people are saying. It's never addressing what the scriptures themselves say. Why? Because Muhammad didn't know. Because he was ignorant. What you need to do, Hijab, what you need to, this is what I need to do. This is what I need you to do.
No, I've got a question.
I need you to do. Let me
I've
finish.
got a question for you. I've got an honest question for you.
You can ask it after I'm done.
I've got a question for you.
He's already interrupting
I've got a
logic.
question for you, please.
Ask it after I'm done. No, ask it after I'm done.
20 seconds? Shall I give you 20 seconds?
No, I need more time than that because you didn't have like 15 seconds. Talk. Let me speak. When I finish, I'm good.
Okay.
All right. I appreciate it. So we're talking about what they say, not what the scriptures say. What you would need to do for me, Hijab, is give me any hadith. You got thousands to pick from. Give me any hadith where Muhammad talks about or discredits
That's
what
right.
the scriptures say, not what the people say.
Yep.
That's number one. Number two, what I would like for you to do is show me where the Quran critiques what
Of
the
course he's
scripture
panicking.
says. It says this is in the scripture, and
He's
then
been
it
on a
never
panic
goes
mode.
on to correct or address what the scripture says and says that that's wrong. Okay, don't show me, because this is all we have. Over
Okay,
and
so
over.
you
Let me-
asked me a couple of
I
things.
promise I'm about to land.
Okay, sure.
What we
sure,
have
go
in the
on.
Quran and from Muhammad, Muhammad says in Jami' Termini 26:53, he says that the Injil and the Torah are with the Jews and the Christians. What the Quran says in chapter 2, verse 41, chapter 2, verse 89, chapter 2, verse 91, chapter 4, verse 47,
What does it say in
chapter 3,
241?
verse 101. It says
does
the
it say in
Quran is
241?
confirming what is with them. Never do we
That's
ever
right.
see one unambiguous statement,
Okay,
one
beautiful. Okay.
unequivocal
Sure,
verse,
sure, sure.
where the
So can I
Quran is
respond to all that?
correcting the previous scriptures textually.
Beautiful. Let me
So show
respond.
me
to you.
anything, hadith or
Let me-
Quran.
I've already mentioned to you before, and I don't know if you got this point. Yeah.
Does the Quran mention that that's in the scripture?
You know, have you spoken? Have I let you speak?
You did interrupt me a little bit.
Okay, so is it my turn now to can I respond?
Yeah,
Can I
sure. If you
respond
can
to what
answer
you're
that.
saying? All
If
right,
you can
sure.
answer my question directly.
So yeah, the point
It's a
is,
yes or no.
I made this point to the previous guest that we had
So no.
when I was saying that whenever the Quran mentions, for example, probably the clearest verse is in. I'll help you with it. يَجِدُونَهُ مَكْتُوبًا عِنْدَهُمْ فِي التَّوْرَاةِ وَالْإِنْجِيلِ. Yeah, which is that they see the Prophet mentioned with them. Okay, with them. So
Find him written.
going on.
Don't lie. It's not that they will see, that they will find him written in the Injil and the Torah. So translate it correctly. Mimi, hijab, niqab.
With them, they have something with them, right?
The Injil and the Torah, it says explicitly.
Yeah. So it's Torah and Injil. There's an aspect of that which is with them. Now the question is this:
Where does it
Is
say?
it? Can I finish,
I'm
please?
sorry.
Can
Yeah,
I finish, please?
I didn't know we were butchering texts.
Okay, butchering text. I'll
Yeah.
explain to you why it's not butchering text, because this is
Okay.
things I've learned when I was in university, when I was doing the Azhar degree.
You
for
learned it
example.
from Orthodox Muslim? Nice.
No. I learned this. What I'm going to tell you now. An Orthodox Muslim did teach me a few things as well. Actually, we were sitting down. He done the same thing.
Nice. See, I'm starting to like this guy.
Yeah.
I'm starting to like this guy. You
That's
kind of humble, man.
What do you mean?
You learn from the guy that became an apostate, Mimi hijab. So you learn from someone that left Sunnism, huh? He became a kafir sa'a sallam where he threw all of the scholars under the bus, huh? And relied upon his own interpretation. MashaAllah, Mimi niqab. That tells us a lot.
You know,
I'm kinda like you.
Orthodox Muslim is my guy, brother. He's
Right.
he's our guy, brother. Do you
I'm
think-
starting
do you
to
think we
like
can-
you, man.
do you think-
I'm happy you can
you think
admit
I have a
that.
problem with a person who has?
I'm
more
happy you can
knowledge than
admit
me
that.
on
That's
certain
beautiful,
areas. You think I care about that?
Yeah. So
In
where in the
fact,
text does it say
in
aspect?
our religion, we take knowledge from whoever.
Yes.
In fact,
Nice.
it says,
So where does it
one of
say
the-
that
one
they
of the
have
Torah
aspects
says,
of the
"لا
Torah
يتعلم
adopted
العلم
with them"?
مستحي ولا متكبر." That someone who is two people don't learn. You're one of them, by the way. Which one of them is a shy person, the other one's the arrogant person. So let me tell you this.
Oh, you're the arrogant person,
Yeah,
huh?
there's two people who don't learn. Is it
Right.
the
The arrogant, but you just described yourself.
Sure. Maybe you're right about that. Actually, you're probably right.
Oh, no, it's
But
not a maybe,
putting
man.
that to the side for now. Let me tell you this.
Okay.
What I learned when I was in university was that there's a principle called itlaqul kulli ala al-juz'. Yeah, which is that using the whole to refer to a part of a thing. So, for example, yeah, in the Quran in chapter 12 it says fas'alul qarya, ask the town. Okay, ask the town. What it means to say is ask the people of the town. But this is a rhetorical device that's mentioned. So the whole town is represented by a part of the town is represented by the whole of the object. Number one. Number two, in the Quran it says in chapter 71, جعلوا أصابعهم في آذانهم واستغشوا ثيابهم وأصروا واستكبروا استكبارا. That they put their fingers in their ears, right? Now,
Everything that Mimi hijab is saying, he's talking about the group of people that used to distort the text, the meaning of the text. Brother, okay, and I don't care. Okay, they're distorting the meaning of the text, which it means تحريف المعنى. So this is not helping you, man.
they don't put their entire fingers in their ears, they put a part of the fingers in the ears. So the point is, in English you call this partum, tatum pro partum, yeah? Tatum pro partum, which is the idea of using a general statement to talk about a whole of a thing. So if I say the United States won the match, or if I say that England won the match, doesn't mean every single person in the country won the match. So the point is this principle super extends to all of those instances in the Quran where it indicates that, okay, it speaks in generic terms. when it says Torah and Injil عندهم or معهم or any of those terms meaning with them, it indicates a part of those things, not the whole of the thing. Okay, so unless you're able to undo this principle, which is a principle in not just in Arabic linguistics, but in all of the languages in the world, actually, including English, yeah, then you don't have a case, unfortunately. As I said, the scholars of Islam, people like Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, they have made it very clear that they believe that what's in with the Christians and the Jews today is corrupt. That is
which scholars? Which scholars?
Like I said, in Fath al-Bari, Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani mentions.
You guys heard him. He brought up Fath al-Bari from Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, right? He brought up the book Fath al-Bari. We'll see if Fath al-Bari, right, says what he said. I'll let him finish, then we'll go ahead and bring up what Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani says from his book.
That we and our friends, he says this, وَقَدْ صَرَّحَ أَصْحَابُنَا, that me and our friends say that what's in the hands of the Christians, min Torah al-Injil, is muharraf lafziyan. It is
Lafziyan, you stupid dog. You just cooked yourself. I wish if Logic knew Arabic. I wish if Logic knew Arabic, because you just lied in front of everybody. Lafziyan means the meaning. That they were distorting the meaning, not the text, you dummy. Lafziyan, you just cooked yourself. Mimi niqab. Let's go ahead and bring it on, guys. Alright, so this is the book, right? This is the book that he was talking about from Fath al-Bari, from Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani. Watch. Fath al-Bari, commentary on Sahih al-Bukhari's book. Who is it? Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani. Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani. We go all the way at the bottom. Look what he says. He quotes Ibn Abbas, what he says, what he meant actually. Okay? Okay, look what he says. That is, nothing is uttered. Book, it is origin, and Ibn Abbas said, good and evil are written. They distort. How did they distort? We'll find out. They remove. How did they remove? We'll find out. No one can remove a word from the books of God. Wait a minute. Damn, Gina. So he's talking about the books of God, which will be the Injil and the Torah, and he's quoting, right, from Surah Al-Baqarah 79, huh? And he's quoting from Ali Imran 78 as well, huh? Because there was a group of them that were distorting the meaning of the text. So Ibn Abbas is saying, how dare you guys to distort the meaning of the text? Even though if you guys want to distort the meaning of the text, that the books will still remain as preserved books, which would be the Injil and the Torah, huh? That's fine. Let's continue. But they distort, they interpret it other than its needed meaning, which it means تحريف المعنى لفظية لفظ. Mimi Hijab. I wish if Logic knew Arabic. He would have caught you on this one. Really bad. He would have caught you slipping on this one. And this is what is Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani's quoting from his book, Fath al-Bari. Mimi Niqab. Ah, man. I'm going to have a lot of fun with you, man. And by the way, I'm still trying to join, guys. He's not allowing me. Still says full after he kicked me. So...
it is distorted textually.
That's what I will. Can you show us the reference?
Yeah, it's in Fath al-Bari. Can
you pull it up?
It's in Fath al-Bari. It's in Fath al-Bari, guys. If I'm gonna pull up the hadith, I mean, you know, the source, I know for a fact he's gonna cook me, because I'm lying on what Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani is saying, where he's quoting Ibn Abbas. But I'll still say it for the sake of, you know, pretending that hopefully Logic is not going to catch me slipping.
I can't right now. I'm drinking.
Because he doesn't know the language of Allah. That's why.
My tea, I'm sitting down. You can find that. You think I'd lie to you about that online?
Yeah,
people.
You think I'm lying to you, Logic? Even though I am lying to you. You think I'm lying to you? And by the way, guys, whoever that says you think I'm lying to you, they're lying 100%.
You've been lying this whole time.
This is uncontroversial, Avery. This is
okay.
So
let me show you why it's controversial.
No, I know there are some scholars
says that it's uncorrupted.
I know there are some scholars who didn't believe that. I know that. Yeah, I know that. I know there are some scholars who have different views.
All of the companions actually didn't believe that, including Bukhari. Bukhari is among the first best 3 generations. The first best 3 generations did not believe that at all. So where is Mimi Hijab is getting this?
Loving your honesty.
You know, where is he getting this from?
So
No,
there's
I
some
don't
scholars who
have to be
believe in
honest.
textual
It's
corruption, and there's
online,
some
anyone can
scholars who
find it.
believe in wholesale preservation. That's beautiful. Good job. Good
I
job
know, I mean,
admitting
they
that.
don't believe in. Oh,
MashaAllah,
so Ibn
brother.
Taymiyyah believed in the following. He didn't believe in wholesome preservation. He believed that he compared in his what do you call Jawab al-Sahih. He had a whole kitab, a whole book called the correct response to the Jews and the Christians. And in this book, basically, he says this. He says the similitude of the Bible, okay, is like the similitude of the weak hadith. Okay, so we treat the Bible like we treat weak hadith, and that's considered to be a strong version.
What does
of
Bukhari say?
Okay,
What does Bukhari say?
Bukhari, there's a difference of opinion about him. Like, so for example, Ibn Hajar, who obviously is interpreting al-Bukhari, because Fath al-Bari is an interpretation of al-Bukhari. Yeah, Ibn Hajar says that al-Bukhari has this view which indicates that they may have had some kind of preserved text at the time. Okay, he indicates
May
that.
have. He doesn't say may have.
Yeah.
He says they definitely have.
Well, Ibn Hajar says that. I don't think he says that. He's unsure about it. But what I'm saying to you is that you can interpret Bukhari maybe like that. Yeah, you can. But what I'm saying to you is,
Bukhari, that's what he says.
some scholars of Islam might have believed in this.
That's what Bukhari is saying. Bukhari is literally quoting what Ibn Abbas is saying. He's saying this is what Ibn Abbas meant. What are you talking about? Mimi niqab.
I'm not negating this point.
Good.
The Jews and Christians at the time of the Prophet had some kind of preserved text.
So this means that our position is completely Islamic, that the scriptures are uncorrupted.
Some scholars of Islam, classical scholars of Islam might have believed that. But as I said, yeah, of course, I have to be intellectually honest. What do you think? This is, I'm online.
You wasn't intellectually honest earlier.
The point I'm making to you is this. It's very clear that the scholars, the overwhelming vast majority of Muslim scholars, believed that what's in the hands of the Christians and the Jews is corrupt. That is clear.
You said majority?
The overwhelming vast majority.
Of the early Muslims?
Pardon?
Of the early Muslims?
Sorry?
Of the early Muslims?
The overwhelming vast majority of classical scholars throughout the medieval period. Throughout the early scholars, like Ibn Hazm had a very staunch view. He what do you call it? He wrote Al-Fisal in the 4th century, the 5th century. He believed that it's like toilet paper. It's like nothing. He believed the Bible of the time of his people was very distorted. That's what he believed.
What is your evidence that the majority of the early scholars of Islam believe that the previous scriptures were textually
My evidence is what Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani mentions in Fath al-Bari, where he said that.
By the way, there's only modern day scholars that actually believes in the corruption of the text, not the first best 3 generations, which would be the Salaf and the Khalaf actually, because both of them says the best first 3 generations actually believes in the preservation of the Injil and the Torah, that you have to believe in it, right? And it has been preserved books of Allah. Okay, so this Mimi Niqab has nothing on him at all, and I challenge this Mimi Niqab. Well, obviously he's not bringing me, or otherwise I was going to challenge him, but he's too scared. He's a coward, to bring me up, and even though I was kicked.
Bukhari said something else.
Ibn Hajar is in.
All right, guys, hold on. I think they're saying that I could join right now. Let's see. People just said that I could join. Hold on, let me try to join again. Let me see if I could join. I tried and he kicked me, son of a gun. So let's see. Guys, make sure that you smash on the like button, share the live for the algorithm. Leave a comment after I close this live stream for the algorithm.
Can you come on and tell us about that?
All right, let's go. Come. Let's go. Mimi Niqab. We're gonna have a lot of fun, Mimi Niqab. Oh, studio's full.
Oh, there she is.
What a coward. Look how coward this guy is, bringing other people's family, doing all of that. We want to know why, guys? Because he's so mad that he got obliterated. He got buried on like how his prophet was buried as well and was mounted by the Qawm al-Zut. Not only by the Qawm al-Zut, by his own uncle. His own literal uncle that was mounted by. What a coward, dude. That shows your weakness. That you can't even have a legit discussion. You got obliterated by logic. This is why you're bringing these stuff. What a boy.
moderator. Be on a topic. Okay. You said you want to debate the Islamic dilemma back in November. I'm fine with that topic.
I'm trying to join, guys. I swear. Look, he's calling everybody to come. Look, he's calling everybody. Challenge Islam. Live Q&A. Non-Muslims only. Okay, sure. Let's go, buddy. Show me your muscle. Even though you kicked me earlier. Wallah al-Azim. By your Allah the handicap. Mimi Hijab. I will make a mockery out of you. I will make sure that you'll be sent to Mecca to kiss and smooch the Blackstone. I promise you. I will make the biggest mockery out of you if you're going to bring me up and have that discussion. There's a reason why you're not bringing me up. Because you know for a fact, and Dina Response knows for a fact, since I already obliterated Dina Response. You guys could go watch that video. It was a quick little discussion. He doesn't want to set up a debate. He wants to set up a debate, by his Muslim, buddy. Dina Response. So I'm not doing that. If he wants to do a debate, we could do on a neutral platform. But yeah, he ran away like the coward that he is. Even though he brought us something, he brought up, Surah Al-Ankabut 46, and we obliterated him. We showed him how he's stupid, that he doesn't know what he's talking about. Dina Response. We're gonna try, guys. See if we can, if we can join. I don't know, man. We're trying. I don't want to subscribe to this clown, seriously, because I do want to comment, but I don't want to. Let me see, you know what? How long is it? Oh, 20 minutes. Heck no. I'm not subscribing to this pagan handicap worshipper to tell him to bring me up. He already knows. Oh, hold on. Oh, there we go. All right. All right, let's go, guys. We're going to have a lot of fun. Hopefully this time they'll bring us up.
Let's talk to someone now. We had enough laughs and jokes for a little while. Hello, my friend. Sorry you have to hear that. Go ahead.
No, you're good. Thank you for bringing me on here. I just have one question. It is not
what a coward
or anything stupid. I'm gonna be honest with you. It is about Surah Al-Fussilat 41, 9 to 11. I think that's the one.
I got it. I know it, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So it's more of about cosmology.
Mimi Niqab, watch this. Right? Mimi Niqab, don't run. Don't run.
Over here it shows that, or it says that,
I know.
according to my interpretation, that the earth was created before the heavens, which stars and galaxy and whatever. But according to cosmology, it's wrong. It's stars and the sky and the galaxy was created before Earth.
Instead of
sorry, I couldn't hear what you said there
because
more
about
something was happening
support
on our
and
side. Say that last bit
sarcastic and hypocrite. Exactly.
I said
exactly.
The verse. Maybe my interpretation is wrong, but it says that the Earth was created before the heavens, and
oh, that's a good argument, by the way. That's a good argument, by the way, guys, that he's bringing.
The galaxies and the
it's
heavens
the opposite.
was created. Yeah, it's the opposite.
Well, I mean, that ayah doesn't indicate that the earth was created before.
According to who?
Should we do it again? Yeah, we'll do it again later. We'll do it after this camp. Yeah.
I could read.
Sorry, let me tell you. Sorry, I was just talking to my friend. Right. So there's two in Surah Al-Fussilat. قل إنكم لتكفرون بالذي خلق الأرض في يومين وتجعلون له أندادا. Right.
Yeah, I know IP was trying to get in this live stream. I just sent IP message because he sent me a message as well.
وقدر فيها قوتها في 4 أيام من سنة للسائلين. And then here when you're talking about probably 12 ثم استوى إلى السماء وهي دخان فقال له للأرض ائتيا طوعا أو كرها. So look, what's happening in verse number 12 or call it 11 where it says that he turned to the heaven ثم استوى إلى السماء وهي دخان فقال له للأرض ائتيا طوعا أو كرها. That it said he
Someone said, "What up, King? What's up, King?"
And he said to the heaven
And private chat, because I was telling him, "Bring me up. I'm a Christian. Show me your muscle." So I said, "What's up, King? LOL. You kicked me earlier, but don't run this time." That's what I told him. Oh, it's by. Oh, okay. I know who it is.
Necessarily,
But by blood. Okay. What's up, bro? God bless.
Okay. It just means that the taswiyah took place at that time. The taswiyah is where there was the finalization of the proportionment, which is why, by the way, when it says in sort of what do you call it?
Stop waffling, Mimi Niqab. Come on, man. Finish this. Stop waffling. Bring me up. Stop waffling, dude. Are you freaking kidding me? I got kicked again, guys. Oh gosh, what's going on, man? You're that scared, Mimi Niqab, to the point that you have to kick me every single time? Coward? Mut'a boy? It's either you or it has to be someone that is controlling the backstage. It has to be with that. I mean, it has to be. There's no way. What a coward. Let me see if it says full right now. Yep. All right, guys, I'm done. Yeah, I mean, he's too coward. Yeah, I'm just done. He's too coward, guys. This is the second time him kicking me, so there's no point. There's no point of trying and trying. He just keeps kicking. Yep, he's too coward. Once he mans up, once he becomes a man, then we could have a low discussion with him, because it looks like that he's too scared to even have a discussion. He would rather have a discussion with people that doesn't know what they're talking about. But once someone steps up, and especially that he knows the language of Allah, oh, subhanahu wa ta'ala, brother, he knows the language of Allah as well.
Interpreting in Bukhari. He's the number one person who interprets Bukhari in the world. In history
so what? Bukhari explicitly says.
So you asked me to give you a reference. I'm giving you the
Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani is number one that interprets Sahih al-Bukhari, but wait a minute. Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani comes later on, even though that I showed you what Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani says. He says that these books has been preserved. He even quotes Sahih al-Bukhari and Ibn Abbas, you dummy. So you're lying from your rear end.
One of the most premier and gold standard references in Islam. You don't know it. You don't. When was Ibn Hajar born? When was he around?
That means nothing. All of that is irrelevant.
You don't know these people. You don't know these. Look, that's the thing. You don't know these people. You don't know these things. You don't know these things.
We know Bukhari, don't we?
You know Bukhari, but that's all you know. Yeah.
So Bukhari and others, because he's quoting Ibn Abbas.
Yeah. Ibn Abbas doesn't say anything about this. Ibn Abbas doesn't say. You're all over the place. You're over the place.
Ibn Abbas doesn't say anything, but yet we showed him from the Tafsir Ibn Kathir, Ali Umran. I think I've done it multiple times, man. It's getting tired. This guy's clown. Ali Umran 78, Tafsir of Ibn Kathir, he quotes Ibn Abbas. He quotes obviously Bukhari, right? Bukhari is saying what Ibn Abbas is saying. That since Ibn Abbas and Bukhari are within the first best 3 generations.
I know the hadith in Bukhari about Ibn Abbas. I know.
Nice. So
against that hadith.
I know about Bukhari, the hadith about Bukhari to Ibn Abbas. I know what you're talking about, logic. But I'm gonna try to, lie, make up some stuff so I can cover up myself. You know what I mean? Because I'm getting fried and cooked, man. Yeah.
This is against you, but the point I'm making is this. Okay. The hadith is against you, but let's stop going from pillar to post. It's simple. The overwhelming, vast majority of Muslim
Prove it.
scholars from the classical period until now
Prove it.
believe that this Bible that we have in our hands is
Show me that.
corrupt.
Show me that. Don't
Listen, Mimi Niqab, making claims without even bringing any evidence shows that you're so stupid. Bring evidence. When you make claims, back them up with evidence. Okay? Just like how we do. We always back up every claims that we make. I back up every claims that I make, and I challenge anyone to say that Sylph have made claims based on conjecture where he never backs them up. I challenge anybody.
just
And
say
the,
that.
and the,
I don't
and the
take your
reference
word
of
for
that
nothing. Show
and
me
the
that.
reference and the reference of that is Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani.
Show us. But
Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, again, he goes to Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani. Well, the same Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani that you're talking about here. This is his book. Where does he say it? Matter of fact, he quotes Ibn Abbas. And he testifies on the preservation of the Injil and the Torah. This is Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, dummy. So who you're lying to, dummy? He explains what they really meant. And he says that none could change Allah's words from his books. What are his books? Obviously, the Injil and the Torah.
brother, you can't be
What do you
making
mean
big
show
claims
you?
like that.
What do you mean show you? I don't
What do you mean? You got
understand.
all those books behind you. You don't got a reference? You don't
I
got the
don't
source
have-
that
I
you can
don't
show
have
us?
the Fath al-Bari with me in this house. This is quite pathetic. You're asking me to go and get you a book.
I'm asking you to provide evidence for what you're saying, not just claiming it, because I can't trust anything you're saying.
Well, we can get someone from the chats to get it. It's in
No.
Fath al-Bari, and it starts like this. I remember I
You're
memorized the
saying
first.
that he
part.
says that the majority
He
of the
says this,
people
I
believe
memorized
that
the
it's
first
corrupt.
parts of what this is the best you're gonna get, and for me to even memorize, this is surprising. وقد صرح بعض أصحابنا, that some of our friends, meaning when he says our friends, he means the Shafi'is, أن ما بين أيدي, that what is in the hands
Some of our friends
اليهوديans.
don't hold that position.
I don't know. I don't know what to do for you right now. There are some scholars who believed that
I don't listen. You keep appealing to some scholars that are modern day scholars. I don't care about that. Sure, modern day scholar says that the text, the Injil and the Torah has been corrupted. And we're talking about the first best 3 generations. We're talking about the tabi'een, and the tabi'een of the tabi'een as well. We're talking about the companions. We're talking about the student of the companions, the student of the student of the companions. Those are the ones that we're talking about.
the Bible.
know.
Sorry,
Let's get
I don't know what he
to.
says about that. It's hard. You can make a case for it. He believes lafzi. He believes there's change in the textual aspect.
Does he?
Text aspect. Lovely means text aspect. Yeah, mimi niqab. That you don't even know Arabic, and you say that you know Arabic. Hold on, guys. Let's go to the dictionary. Man, Mimi Niqab is one of the kind, man. He's a special kind of stupid, one of the kind. I wish if I was having that discussion with. Perilous with his body. Hold on. Lafaz. What does lafaz means? Let's find out. Here. لفظ المعنى. So they know exactly within the context. This is not a good what's it called, dictionary. Hold on. I can't even. Who's debating? Fearless is with his spine for debating me. Is he? Let's find out. Hold on.
One.
A chain of narration
He brought by
which goes all the way back
blood by
to the
blood
Prophet
by
and is
Nami.
proved by him. B, the second. And the
Where
third
is he
thing
debating him? He said he's
that
debating
has to
him.
be
He's not.
commensurate with the Arabic language. If it fulfills all three criterion according to the
He's not
biggest
debating him.
authority
You guys are saying that he's
of
debating him when he's not
probably
debating
in
him.
Islamic history, his name is Ibn al-Jazari, and the book is called Tayyibatun Nashr, which is the most authoritative book on the matter.
Okay, just because you
That
lied, I'm gonna
thing
have to
in
go ahead
question would
and
be
put you on a
called the
timeout.
Quran. If it does
Because
not
I just
fulfill
don't
those
like
three
liars, bro.
criterion,
When
then
people
it
lie
would
to me,
not be
I just
called the
hate it.
Quran.
Okay.
Okay, so let me
So
put
are
you
you
on a
affirming
timeout so that way you don't
that-
do it
So
again.
if we take the mode specifically, right, and you're saying, okay,
Yeah.
it meets these conditions where it's an approved recitation.
Yeah.
If we take the mode specifically and we say of mode one, if someone, let's say you have 3 Muslims in a room, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
One person
Yeah.
recites the Quran in mode one.
Sure.
Have they truly recited the Quran?
Yes. So that's
Let's
a
say
good
another
question.
Muslim recites in mode two. Has
Yeah.
that Muslim truly recited the Quran?
Yeah, exactly.
Are mode one and mode two distinct from one another?
Yeah, exactly. So it's what it is
Okay.
the Quran. Sorry, let me just answer this question. It's a good question. So say you've got 2 qira'as, you've got 2 readings of the word Malik, or the word which you do have, right? So for
King
example,
and
Malik,
right?
Malik and Malik. Watch, he's gonna bring that stupid argument. Even though that there's differences between Malik and Malik. But that's not that's not a good argument. What I would use actually against this Mut'a boy, Mimi Hijab, Mimi Niqab, is I would use Surah Al-Safa, right? What's it called? 37:12, right? Where it says بل عجبت ويسخرون بل عجبت ويسخرون, comparing the book of Hafs to Khalf and Hamza, you know, showing the contradiction, showing the different meanings between the 2 books. Wait, was it Allah wondering? Was Allah surprised, or was it Momo surprised? Which one was it?
King al-Fatiha? Yes, they have. So is the minimum requirement
Yeah,
for the
maybe
Quran
so.
to be read
Who's saying that?
once is reciting it only with one mode.
Okay.
One,
Okay. So can I respond now? So
of course.
if we just apply, right,
Yeah.
the same principle of Leibniz law, right? If A equals B, then whatever is true of A is true of B,
Okay.
right? If we apply Leibniz law to this principle,
He doesn't have
we
the link
say
anymore, guys.
of the
There's no link.
modes that Muslim, like that room I was saying,
He doesn't have a link to join.
recites in
This
mode one.
dummy.
Muslim 2 recites the Quran in mode 2. Muslim 3
Okay.
recites the Quran in mode 3. According to Leibniz law, how many Qurans are represented by numerical identity?
That's the thing. Look, I don't think you understand what I'm saying to you. All right. If you go from Surah Al-Fatiha until Surah Al-Nas.
No, I do
Okay.
understand. I
No,
can steel
let
man
me
your
explain it
argument.
because there's something clearly not. There's something.
No,
that
no,
you're-
I could steel man
You're
your
missing it. No, there is something. The fact that you think I think is identical is a problem. I don't think they're identical. I think that there are distinctions between them, and they're not. I'm not trying to make a Trinitarian argument about Malik and Malik. I'm not trying to say that they're separate and distinct as well as conjoined at the same time. I'm not making a contradictory claim like Trinitarians do. I'm just making a normal claim that you have 2 ways of reciting this particular verse. You have Malik and you have Malik. Owner and king, both of them are approved by the Prophet. Okay, and that's it. Simple as this.
Okay, so I understand. Respectfully, you
Understand
didn't
the
answer my.
argument.
Respectfully, you didn't answer my question.
Okay, well, maybe you didn't understand what my answer, because I'm saying to you that it's not the same. We don't believe the law of identity or
He would bring
identity
this
holds
guy,
in
but
this
when I
situation
try to request that,
because we're
he's
not
gonna
saying
kick me out of
everything is
the,
true of-
you know,
because it's
stage.
ridiculous.
What
There
kind
are
of coward
aspects
that
of
he
the
is.
Quran which are completely different from other aspects anyway. Chapter 1
Okay.
is different from chapter 2, but they're
Are
both
you
partly
are you
Quran.
applying a part whole relation, or are you applying an
Yeah.
equivocation?
So it's a part whole relation. That's what I'm saying to you. It's a part whole relation. It's
Okay.
Malik is part of the Quran. Malik is also part of the Quran. That is
Okay.
what I'm saying. It's mereologically part whole. That's what I'm saying.
Okay. If it's part whole, then your camera just
Yeah.
died. If it's part whole, then if it is the case that someone recites mode 1 and someone recites mode 2 and someone recites mode 3, then they are not reciting, because I asked you earlier, I said, are they reciting the Quran?
I think
God is my
And your-
witness. Once Mimi Niqab brings me up, it's a done deal. I'm gonna make a janazah out of this clown. I'm gonna make a mockery. Logic did it, and I'll even make sure that I will do it worse than Logic.
Reciting part of the Quran.
But he's too scared, as you guys can see. He kicked me already 2 times
Okay.
from a backstage.
When I say I've read Genesis, I
He's
say,
not kicking others. He's making sure that others are in a backstage, but not us, you know.
what I mean is, and this is I don't understand. Every week, it's as if I speak to Christians that don't understand part and whole. If I say a part of something can be expressed,
Oh, look who it is, guys. This is the mut'a lesbiano is in a comment, you know, cheering for his boyfriend, Mimi Niqab. Even though that we have made a mockery
so you can use
and we have obliterated lesbiano, made him an apostate.
I made that clear.
Okay, but how would
It's called totum pro parte, which is using a whole to describe a part and vice versa. You can do that. That's a
okay?
normal
So
convention.
Even though we made him an apostate, you know.
now we can ask enough. It's never been changed, right? There was, I can't remember the name of the scholar right now, but
Okay,
specifically, there was a person who went around saying it was dot for dot, letter for letter, right? He was.
All right, this guy's a clown, guys. He's not gonna bring me up.
Do you know what I'm talking about?
No, because look, the dots and the letters were only introduced in like.
No. I'm just saying this was.
This guy's clown, guys. He's not gonna bring me up. He doesn't even have the link anymore.
The white beard. He didn't have a mustache.
He doesn't have the link anymore
Anyway,
for anybody to join.
many conversations.
So I guess we'll just
So I've heard
we'll just end it.
claim constant.
All right, guys, we'll go ahead and end the live stream. Thank you for all of you guys showing up. Thank you for your support. Please make sure that you leave a comment after we close this live stream. All of you guys go to Fearless Truth. He's live right now with Inspiring Philosophy. Fearless Truth, aka Nick. He's live with Inspiring Philosophy. Everybody go over there and support them. Okay? In the meantime, I appreciate all of you guys for showing up. Go ahead and spam their comments, by the way. Spam their comments, you know, with love and everything to Fearless Truth. They deserve it. God bless you guys, and we'll see you guys into the next live stream.